What is up, everybody? It is your host, Simone.
And your co-host, Lala.
And this is I Was Thinking. Yay! We're back after our unexpected month-long break, unintended month-long break, because the last episode we posted was like mid-July. And then we kind of disappeared. And I said I was going to stop doing that and get better, but it's fine. It's fine. You know what? Life happens.
Listen, there was a lot of entertainment and fun stuff going on. So it's not like we didn't mean to not record. It's just now we have a lot to talk about.
Yes, we were very, very busy. And to help us talk about those fun times, we have our reoccurring guest, the lovely Gina.
Yeah.
You want to re-say that because like you can barely hear you.
Hey, everyone.
That's better. That's better. Okay. You kind of cut out, but it's fine. How are you, Gina?
I'm good. I feel like I have been in airplanes so much. I've been traveling a lot, but I am definitely doing good. It's been a good few weeks, I have to say.
That's good. That's good. Because you've been busy. You went to Lollapalooza.
I did. And it was so fun. That. Oh, it was so fun. I always love going. And this time I didn't get COVID.
Yay.
Yay.
The last 2 times I've gone, the last 2 years I've gotten COVID. And this is the first time it hasn't happened. And I feel like I did my thing and actually fought off whatever germs are in the world.
Good.
So,
good.
But it was really
we
fun.
We just got to keep it that way.
Yep.
Yes. And then also I went to go see ATs because they thanked us and came to Florida and Orlando. It was great. The guys were great. I only went one day, but I still had a fun time. I haven't been to a concert by myself in a while, so it was an experience, but it was honestly a very relaxing, easy experience. I got in the building really quickly, was able to get out, good times, good times. Lala also saw ATs over in Chicago.
I did.
Yes, and her other artist.
Hosier.
Say his name. Hosier. Okay.
Hosier. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was back-to-back concerts. Shout out to the wife for, staying true. She was sick, and now clearly I'm sick, so thanks to her. But yeah,
we always get sick after a concert.
This time it's her fault because she was sick before and during that whole time, and technically she was sick all last week, and then this past weekend I started feeling it. So this time it wasn't the concerts. This time it was the wife.
Okay. But besides that, did you enjoy your shows?
It was a lot of fun. It was very hot though.
Yeah.
Very, very hot.
God.
Especially when it came to ATs. We were really happy that both days weren't as hot, but nonetheless, it was still fun and would totally redo it again if I could.
Yeah. Good. But yes, we've been going to all those concerts, but the one big concert that we are going to be spending the whole episode talking about is seeing BTS's Kim Seokjin. And especially in Tampa. So y'all gonna have to excuse me if I sound a little biased, okay? Like, give this to me. First time a BTS member stepped foot in what I like to nickname the foot of America, aka Florida. So like, let me have this. So if I come off and like Florida was the, I'm gonna say second best stop, because I'm gonna be honest, the day we're recording this, it's gonna be his last 2 shows in Amsterdam. Yeah, so I know there's going to be a live viewing today in theaters. I'm not going just because life and funds, but I say second best because I did see some things that happened in London. I was like, all right, London, I will give y'all that. Y'all might have won. And hopefully you deserve the group comeback, especially just in Europe in general. But I'll give it to you, London. But I will also give Tampa probably the second best stop. So, yes, we will be talking about that. And we have Gina here because she went with me day 1 and I went by myself day 2. So we will be talking about that, and Lala will ask us some lovely questions about our experiencing Jin. But before we do that, a couple of questions. We did kind of ask this when we recorded about seeing Hobie in Oakland, but how do we feel about Jin? Well, now technically when this episode comes out, completing his tour. I mean, I personally don't have a lot to say right now. Maybe I will at the end. I'm just proud of him. I don't know what else I can really say. Other than that, our last minute princess just decided he wanted to take his variety show on tour, and having all of Big Hit scramble to find him the venue space, and they made it work. So, you know what? Shout out to everybody involved, because y'all
For
did
real.
that, especially in the time of concerts right now. So I'm just proud of everyone. It came together very well. It was a very different experience than any concert I've been to that we'll get into a little bit later. But yeah, what about you, Lala? I mean, I know you didn't physically was able to go see him.
Yeah.
Yes, but
I was so close. I was so close. I was really tempted to go to Tampa for the second day. It took the wife being all like, no, you can't. And no, it's not possible. Like, how are you going to go to concerts Friday, Saturday, and then fly out to Tampa to be there for one night and then fly back out Monday night?
Listen,
like,
I've had friends who make it work. I'm just letting you know they're crazy enough to do that. I could never, but I know people who have done that.
I was.
Listen, we would have opened up our hotel rooms. You would have had a place to sleep if you would have done that.
I know. But like, no, it just no, especially because I started a new job. So
yeah.
Luckily, Mondays are technically remote. So I was thinking, well, I could just work in Tampa online. And then after I clock out, jump on the plane and head home. But yeah, no, it just, there's no way.
What they do to us. They make us try to rationalize.
The irrational. Yes, very much so. But I am very proud of him from the small clips that I've seen. And obviously, I was lucky enough to see the online concert thanks to Simi. So it was nice. It was really good. Obviously, I feel like almost every stop was different because obviously he had different winnings, different outfits, like the silly outfits that he got to wear. So I'm very proud of him. I'm proud of what he's done. And it's true to him. It's true to, what we've seen so far of him.
And I sent you some merch like you were there.
Oh, so. Yes, you did. You spoiled me on that, which, by the way, why? But I'm very grateful.
Why? Because you helped me be able to go to the second day. Not only just go, but get VIP. Why wouldn't I spoil you in thanks? That's my logic.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you.
You're welcome. You're also very welcome about one particular item we can talk about a little bit later, too, that I was able to find. But Gina, real quick, how do you feel about... Yes, how do you feel about Jid? Going on tour?
I feel like I can't believe how fast time went. I feel like he just started the tour and it's already like on the last date, which is crazy. I am immensely proud of him because he is someone who did not want to go on tour. He had kept saying, oh, I'm not going to do a tour. That's not my thing. And then last minute, he said, just kidding. And when he did it, I was like, I don't know what to expect from this. Like, we all had assumptions of like games and things, but he really did prove, as he does every time he MCs, that he is truly talented at MCing. Like, there is a job for him if he ever wants it, to be on a show, a variety show of any kind. He is so charming on stage. He can stand on his own. Even if he says, I don't want to, I miss my other members. He's so good at it. And he did it not only in Korean, but he also did a lot of English MCing, which I know was definitely something that he worked really hard on doing. But he made it such an experience, so different from the other members that had gone on solo tours. And I respect him so much for like opening up to us, because I feel like he did kind of let us in more so on who he is as a human, because he always uses humor to kind of deflect sometimes, because obviously that's his forte. He loves to use humor as a way to, keep us entertained. But I actually think he got sentimental a lot too on this tour. And he really got to see how ARMY loves each member and how we see him through things that we've done on tour, whether that's projects or just other things that he's seen on tour, because he has made it apparent that he knows what we're doing in the crowd. And whether that's freebies or whatever, it's been really fun to see every stop and see how he interprets every stop. So I just enjoyed seeing touring through his eyes alone, because I think it's a lot more chaotic than when it's all seven of them. Because his vision of tour is so funny to me. But I've enjoyed every step of the way. I'm going to miss actually seeing his like little vlogs at the end of every tour stop, because I always look forward to them. So I'm going to be sad that I won't see them anymore.
Yeah. And I think he's already said it. And I know sometimes we're like, oh, they'll say things, but they don't mean it. And we'll get a surprise later. I do think he won't be able to do like a finale for this tour. That's why they're showing Amsterdam in the theaters, just because of, again, time, resources. And now they're all back. So getting ready for the group. So it would be nice, especially to see if he changed it up. But like, we understand. I think he understands as well. So I do think that's why he put like his 1000% all into all the stops, and to make them different too, which was really enjoyable. So
absolutely. I will say this. If I had the financial funds, I would he's one tour that I would literally go every stop to, because of how different each tour is.
Yeah.
Like he's 100% worth it. I mean, they all are, but
they all
are. His variety, I think that's what makes it more fun, is the variety and the way that he interacts too, from what I've seen with the crowd when it comes to the variety show, that the way he did here in the US, like he did such a phenomenal job. So
tease the hell out of us.
I mean,
in a lot of different
anything, as the other members weren't there for him to tease. So all he had left was the ARMY.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, God. It was funny, but at the same time, I was like, all right, Jen, watch it now. Like, right? I understand we all family here in the club. We all fam, or whatever it was. I think I said it wrong, but still. There are some points I was like, you're pushing it, sir.
He did come at us hard a lot of the time.
But I would say that to like my older brother too. So I was saying it in that regards. Like, you're pushing it, but I still love you as family. But at the same time, I'm getting to a point where I'm like, leave me alone because you're annoying me. Yes. And then another question we had, we did, I think, also ask this in the Hobie episode when we had Nay. Again, thank you. Shout out to Nay. Love you, girl. Do we still think all the members will do some type of solo tour, or do we think it's not going to happen and they're just going to get ready for the group? Because I know, and I feel like we also talked about it, there is a rumor of one member, I ain't going to say who may do a tour in the fall. I just, from learning the aspects, because I think Jin talked about it in a live about how I was trying to get this tour together. And just having difficulties finding venues, like literally, because everyone and their mamas, not even just the K-pop groups, but just like Western artists too, are just doing tours. Even like Disney Descendants is doing a tour.
What?
That one movie, I think, I could be wrong. I think the other musical movie, the zombie one, they may do a tour. I know in like Orlando, they're about to do Disney on Ice in the Kia Center. And since we're getting close to the fall, sports are starting. So like football season, I didn't know hockey season was in the fall, but apparently hockey season. I just logistically, if you see it like that, it's really hard to pull a tour together. And Jin did get really lucky, even though these were last minute venues, like he was still able to get something in different parts of the States to try to bring in as many people as he could. So I do believe after he's done, it's just going to be group activities. Now, again, I can always be proven wrong. So this isn't a definite, like, this is my stance. This is just my opinion of the things I have learned and observed. Lala, do you want to go next?
So obviously we've all heard the rumor of the one specific member. To be completely honest, I hope not. I think we're good. I think we're good with, having the older ones doing the tours and stuff like that. Right now, I would want them to focus on becoming BTS again, as becoming a group, coming together, doing the music, which is what another, obviously from the earlier conversation of like Jin not doing like a finale. I feel like obviously he's been traveling, so he hasn't been able to like be in the studios, be with the guys. Like obviously we've been getting like a bit of like updates from like Hobie and Jimin. They've been posting pictures of themselves with the group members that are together right now. And I feel like that union needs to happen again for them. So I feel like I don't think it would be a good idea, not only just because of hardly any venues. Plus, on top of that, there's still other K-pop groups that are trying to like drop these tours. So as it is, very hardly any venues are available right now, especially like during the fall, where said member is having rumors of like possibly starting. Like, I just if he were to go on a solo tour, it would be rushed and we would feel it. And I feel like some armies are very vocal when it comes to certain situations like that. And it's all like, how about we just avoid it all and just not have it? I would rather them focus on the projects, on the group projects, and focus on a group tour and making it the best they can possibly can than trying to hurry and rush to bring together a tour for a single member. But that's me. That's
and then to
thoughts.
piggy off what you said real quick, before I let Gina talk, it's like whether people online want to admit it or not, like America is in the K-pop sphere. A majority of us are multi-stans. Like, let's be honest. So like a majority of us are willing to pay money to see different types of groups that do come to America because we know how rare it is. And there's other controversies with that I'm not going to get into. But it's also just like, I also think we're getting to a point because there's been so many tours back to back. We're getting fatigued. And if you look at certain groups, some of them aren't selling tickets.
Yep.
Because there's just been so many back to back. Some groups are having concerts the exact same days as others. Like, I think they just started lowering TXT's ticket prices because they were having a hard time selling them. So,
and that's exactly, I mean, it's just, it's too much. It's too much, especially for those, because obviously, and you can tell, and I'll bring this up for example, 17 recently announced that they were going on tour. They recently just sold tickets. On top of that, they're only doing 5 stops, and there's obviously the Midwest. It was kind of a big, like, F you guys in a situation, but I understand because the venues are getting booked. The timeline that they have for their schedule, I completely understand why they couldn't find anything here in Chicago, why they couldn't find anything in New York. So again, it's one of those things where it's just, when it comes to traveling, it comes to hotel, it's not just the ticket price either. So it's just a lot financially on a lot of people. So at the end, people are going to have to choose, like, well, like, obviously for me, I'm sad I'm not going to be able to see 17 because none of the dates lined up. Once again, I started a new job. I can't just go ahead and start taking time off. So none of the dates line up for a perfect time for me to fly out that doesn't combine with either something I already have something going on, whether it's family or with friends, and also the financial aspect of it, of like flying and traveling and then trying to find a freaking hotel. Here, when they come to Chicago, I will say it's a little convenient because I don't necessarily have to get a hotel. I can just drive and then come back home. That's one less thing I got to worry about financially. And sadly, yes, I'm not going to see them. But I saw them last year, and that I got to see them last year. This year, my main focus was seeing ATs, and luckily I was able to see ATs. If I'm able to see anybody else who's coming here to Chicago with last minute tickets for nosebleeds, then cool. I'll be able to do that.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
It is. What about you, Gina?
I think if did decide to do that, I'd want to slap him upside the head.
Lovingly. Hey,
He's my brother. I'd be like, what the heck are you doing?
I don't need anybody to be like reporting us for like violence or something because they can't take a joke. Lovingly.
I would lovingly give him a tap and say, what are you doing? Because I do feel like, again, when we see these tours and how everything's happening with other groups, everything's overlapping. It's very saturated right now. It's just so much. It's overstimulation. People are having to make tough choices because, as we said, there's a lot of multi-stands in the US especially. And it went from we barely felt like we saw many groups to now all the groups
are coming.
Even groups like solo artists that we never thought we would get are coming to the US. And I think that we are also seeing with Jin how he has been away from the group activities. So they've been in LA recording or writing songs, and they keep saying, oh, we're waiting for Jin to come. So I think another member stepping out while they're trying to create an album and a concept and everything, I think that would be a poor choice, because at the end of the day, we are OT7. And so we would much rather see OT7 and spend our money going to OT7, as many dates as that will allow, but we'll see because prices are going to be astronomical.
Let's not think about that right now.
But I would like to say, for me too, like, I want to spend my money on all of them and go see all of them versus another one going on tour. And I just think too, it would make the creative process like a lot more challenging on them for someone to step out and do, even if it was a mini tour, it would still be time. And then say they got ill or whatever and had to recover and couldn't record or whatever. Like, you don't want to think about those scenarios. So I think it's just a security factor for me too. Like, are they going to have security to keep them safe and the other members, and like, what are logistics of that and all that? So I think if like all of them are just together and that's what we get as the next time we see them on the stage, I would be happy with that. I don't think we need any more solo tours at this time, just because we're not at a quote hiatus time. We knew that we were going to get some solo activity because of the military enlistment. But now that they're all back, I feel like we don't need like all of that. Jin's wrapping up his, run with Jin, run Jin. Like, that made sense to me that he wanted to finish out his series of Run BTS with a tour. Like, that made sense to me at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh yeah, like, of course he'd want to wrap it up with a grand finale of people getting to see him, because he did all the things in Run Jin in Korea mostly and in Japan. Like, he didn't get to, because usually when they do Run BTS, they go, when they're on tour, they'll just do something in a city if they have time. So he did that by using his tour. So that made complete sense to me. But I don't foresee, like, especially that member too, like, I feel like, let's just wait. Let's just hold it in. I know you want to see us all, but like, hold it in till you're OT7. And then we can spend our money and you get showered with, because we don't.
Plus on top of that, I feel, because I don't know, and which obviously this is a later question that I have, but we had Yoongi who got sick during his tour, because again, it's not something, it's totally different when you have 7 members. You have 6 other members with you that you get to jump on. So you do get like mini breaks right in between when it comes to singing, when it comes to dancing, whatever it is that you may be. Hobie was also sick during his tour, right? I don't think Jin got sick.
I don't remember if he mentioned it or hinted at it. I feel like, I don't know. I think he did a pretty good job, at least not getting sick. I feel like there was a live where he mentioned maybe his throat was a little funny, but I don't think he got sick like Yoongi and Hobie did. And from my understanding too, the August D tour between all 3 had the most dates, correct?
Yes.
Okay. It was kind of literally even date wise. It was like
he had more
Yoongi's
work.
tour and then Hobie, and then Jin. So
yeah. And so that's the other thing. It's like I don't want them to vocally hurt themselves in any capacity or get themselves sick. And I feel like if they were to wait until they come back as BTS as a group, we would literally probably get something like Yoongi, because Yoongi did have a whole month, so many more dates. I would rather them have like possibly 3 dates in each stop versus maybe 2, maybe just 1 from just a solo tour. It just, I don't know. I feel like it would be so much better just to wait, just to have the group together. Plus, on top of that, like, Gina mentioned, it's going to be expensive. It really is. And a lot of people are going to want to see them more than once. Like, I know I would. So right now, it's kind of those situations where, you know what? Instead of me traveling and trying to go for 17 or another group or anything like that, I'd rather just save my money and wait and be able to spend a little bit more extra money to be able to see a couple more stops or a couple more shows.
Yep. Because trust me, I've never traveled. Like, I was been lucky enough to, like, if I see BTS, I go both days. I've always gone, like, if they have more than one day, I'm going to all the days. But I would like to this time, especially since it's going to be so meaningful for that return, tour, to go to as many stops as I can, especially stops where I think they're going to do something special. Don't know about LA right now because just buying tickets in LA, even though it'd be great, but we know how that can be a bloodbath. So yes, I would like to go to as many stops as I can. And that would definitely have to be saving up money, especially if Jin can't convince them to come back to Florida, that we'll talk about. But yes. So, and before we actually get onto the tour, I got to do my, not disclaimer, my bagging that I always have to do when we talk about a BTS member. So, which missed opportunity when I was at the not the 10. Wow, I can't speak. At the Jin show, I did do something different. I did make a sign for Jin, but it didn't get shown. It's okay. I still had fun creating it, and a lot of people told me they liked it. So I will post a picture, because I didn't post it aside from my personal social media of the sign that I made. But I told Gina in the car, among many things, when we were going back to the hotel, I was like, damn it. I know my sign wasn't shown, but if it was a missed opportunity for me to flip it around and say, perform, come back home at the reunion tour. But it didn't get shown anyway, so it doesn't matter. But if it did, I was like, I should have wrote that on the back when they had showed it. I show the picture and then flip it real quick before they change cameras. But yes, please perform, come back home at that reunion tour. Preferably the opening song to remind ARMY it's time to come back home. Please and thank you. Well, PSA that I always have to do when we talk about BTS and concerts and these tours. Y'all gotta get sick of me and I don't care. That's the only song I'm literally begging them to do.
At least until the tour starts happening.
Until it starts happening. When it starts happening and I see the set list, then I'll give up. But for right now, I can at least manifest and beg and hope by some miracle, some hype intern is listening to this.
Right.
That's why I said I missed opportunity to do it at Jin. But it's fine. It's fine. Oh, also, for people who haven't seen my sign, I had did a drawing of Jin dressed up as a cowboy riding an alligator. And our friend Candace, shout out to Candace, helped me with Korean just to say welcome to Florida. But like I said, it didn't get shown. So Shay was so funny. Thank you. Shay was so funny. She's like, I tried, Simone. I tried to get him to see your side. I was like, thank you, Shay.
No, I did hear her screaming through the crowd.
Did she?
I could hear it. I was cracking up. I was like, this one's trying. He's trying.
I appreciate it. I appreciate having friends to look out for me like that. So
it was hilarious.
It was fun.
That was. Oh, all right. So let's moving on to the Jin questions.
Yes.
All right. So how was ticketing day? And Gina, you'll go ahead for day 1.
Yeah, y'all both are going to answer this because I feel like I was kind of
Yes.
just there for support, even though I tried.
Hey,
But
you were still there.
I was still there. It was all three of us, actually.
Like, we all tried. No, honestly, I think I was really stressed a lot because I knew these venues are small and there were few. There was literally only like 1-2 shots at this. I was like, we have to get these 3 seats because I was also taking my daughter with me. It was going to be me, Simone, and my daughter, Emma. And this was Emma's like first real show and like K-pop especially. So she had never been. And I was like, I gotta do this. Like, I don't even know what's gonna happen as soon as that queue starts. Cause as soon as you get bumped into the waiting room, it's like you feel your adrenaline starting to rush. And then you see what number you are. And I have to say, it wasn't a bad number. I'm like, I'm going to get something. Like, I don't even remember what number I was, but I was like, I'm going to get something.
I feel like y'all were pretty low. Weren't you and Lala, even though she was doing a different day, at least like in the 1000s?
Yeah, I think we were.
So.
But like,
you guys got good numbers.
If you know you're in the 3000s, you know you might actually get seats. Anything above 3000, though, you pretty much know you're not getting. So I was like really grateful. But the fact that when I got in there, stuff was disappearing so fast. And we had marked a few areas that we wanted to be in because Emma is shorter. So I didn't necessarily want to be on the floor unless it was like barricade, essentially. But then I ended up finding VIP in the 100s. And I never was so happy in my life to see that they were like just there. Because at first I was like, what do these stars mean? Because whenever I'm going ticketing, I never look at what the seats are marked. But now Simone filled me in that the stars mean VIP. Mm-hmm. But listen, I black out when I'm in there. So I don't look at what the seats look like. So the fact that I was like in a 100 section, like beside, and then I looked, I'm like, well, there's stars right there. I should click on them. It's fine. And I literally was like, I got them. And then my daughter came home from school off the bus right away. And she's like, did we get them? And I was like, yes. I was literally shaking at that point, though. I was like so shocked. And I was like, wait, like I was screaming. It was very stressful, though. But I will say I had no idea what it was going to look like. You don't know really, like you can go to the website and kind of look at what your view will be like. But when we got in there, I was like, damn, these are like good seats.
They were
for like
seats.
The 100s. Like
yeah, we were like 5th row, I think.
Yeah. Like we
pretty
were
lower bowl. Yeah.
Yeah. And we were so close, like, and especially when he came extended stage, it was like beautiful. So, but yeah, I was like clicking on everything. It did move fast though. But yeah, like ticketing was stressful, but I almost feel like in some ways, Hobie was more stressful for me than Jin, if that makes sense. But I feel like that was maybe because it was my own bias. And so I was like freaking out. And even though Jin's my wrecker, I felt more relaxed for him for whatever reason. But I think ticketing was actually easier for Jin, although this is a whole other story. But I did end up ticketing for Anaheim for Nay by accident.
Yeah, did.
That was the worst.
Anaheim. From ticketing to a lot of other things, they had an experience. Not in a good way.
But Anaheim, that ticketing was actually worse for Jin for me. That was the first time ticketing that I did not think I was going to get any. It was moving that fast and I was getting no a lot. So ticketing for Tampa, easier for Jin. Anaheim was the worst I've ever ticketed. Do not recommend. That was, and I know for Nay, that was her worst ticketing because she actually got booted out as she was going in to get tickets. And luckily on a whim, I had just gone in because I don't know. I told Simi to this day, I felt in my gut something was going to happen. And I said, I'm just going to go in. I was eating dinner. So I was eating mid-bite. when she said I got kicked out. And I was like, oh, fuck, it's really me, actually. And so, yeah. But yeah, I feel like Anaheim was going to be the cursed one. I just had a feeling. But ticketing for Tampa was actually beautiful. Like, shout out to Tampa for real, because that ticketing was more seamless than I've had in a really long time.
And I know Nay was very thankful they were able to get her ticket. So, and also Lala, when you answer that question, did you actually find, which one did you find harder for ticketing? Did you find Jin's harder? Or did you find Hobie's harder? Because you did go see Hobie in Chicago. Although you were buying for a group, but still just ticketing process in general.
The ticketing process for Hobie was a lot harder. And I think it was mainly because it was the group. Like I was trying to buy, what was it, 12 tickets?
Yeah.
With like 3 different computers.
Also, while you mention that real quick too, because we get rid of this limit when the group comes back. Get rid of this like pre-sale 4 tickets, general sale 2 ticket limit.
That's so
Don't do that when when all 7 comes back, because y'all are asking for a riot.
I don't know.
Anyway, I just had to say that.
Honest.
So
here's the thing, and this is the reason why I'm not necessarily against the ticket limit, because, and I will take this for example, because I went back and I went looking for 17's concert, there was rolls for resale. So that means they didn't have a limit for this tour that they're doing.
Or it was high, because I know AT's is at least 6. It was like that when I saw them last year too. That's how I was able to get about all the tickets. Well, listen, even with the limit for Jin, it was like that too. So somehow they're still able to get around it.
I still need them to maybe at least make like it 4. Make it just a 4 round limit.
4 to 6. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, just give us.
And if you want it higher for like fan pre-sale, like Army, that's fine. Like make Army pre-sale at least 4 to 6 and general 4 maybe. Because I mean, I feel like the general public does enjoy the whole group more than a single member. Like if we want to be honest like that. So you're going to get your tickets. The tickets are going to sell either way. I'm sorry. It's maybe that's just me, but
it's unfortunate how, because obviously we found out about the whole, and Gina could even say about this as well. If you have seasonal passes for a certain stadium or arena, you get notified.
Yeah, I told you that.
Certain things coming in, and you can actually purchase those tickets and then resell them. So there's a possibility that some of the ones that were getting resold were people that held onto some type of like seasonal pass.
Oh yeah.
Because even like when it comes to like the theaters, there are certain seasonal passes because of plays and everything like that. So I think they have the same leeway in a way, which kind of sucks, because it's like,
it does.
What are you? I mean, like, I understand the perk of like, well, I pay for seasonal. This is how I make money. But it's kind of like, that's kind of shitty though.
Like, I wish there was like a thing that you could like forfeit that option and then get refunded. Like you would get paid to refund those seats to be available for a public sale. So you would still get paid. It might not be the astronomical resale, but you should be able to like get some money back if you're willing to give up. They should give you some money.
Yeah.
For like the cost of what the ticket would be. So like if they're like $500 pop, you have 2 seats. That's like $1,000 that you would get back that you could use for something else.
Which is crazy because the VIP, so when I was looking for 17, because I went in there just curious, just to see how they were going to do on ticketing day for Carrot Day, their VIP section in the 100 section was like $580 rounding up per ticket.
That's actually not too bad.
It's not bad. Not bad at all, because you get the VIP, you get the sound check.
Versus 900.
Yeah. And now if you go back and you look at the resales, they're at like 1,000, almost 2,000 per ticket. And it's like, that no way in hell. So, but anyways, on Jin's ticketing, obviously both me and Gina were in in the trenches on the same day, but I was mainly focused on day 2. Now, luckily, A, I got a good number when it came to the queue. And B, when I went in there, the tickets weren't going as fast, which was right away. I assumed everyone is going for day 1.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to get in for day 1, which was a good thing, whatever. But yeah, when I went in, I saw that there was still floor available, and I right away told Simi, I was like, do you want floor? Like, you need to tell me, do you want floor or do you want to sit somewhere in like the 100s and everything? I was like, because there's VIP still available. And I think you took a little bit, and I was like, you know what? Whatever. Here you go.
No, I said go for it. I said, if there's floor,
Yeah.
get me floor. It's like, don't hesitate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once you gave me the green light, I was all like, all right. So I was able to get you, what was it? It was the second half.
It was the last section, but I was in the very first row. So,
yeah. When it comes to me, and when I'm looking at tickets, even for myself, if I can get the front first row, I'm gonna go for it. So as soon as you gave me the green light to go for it, I was like, all right, cool. Here you go, and you got VIP.
Congratulations. No, because it is the moment you hesitate is the moment you lose out on those seats.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hesitate. Because the moment you think about it, you're screwed. And this is like any ticketing. Just go in and say, I'm getting a seat, and you don't care. I know that's I know budgets are important, and I do get that. But when it comes to K-pop, and especially groups like BTS, AT, 17, all of those, like, you don't hesitate. You get whatever you get, and you just pray that you make that money up later, because like, you're not going to get seats if you wait, or you'll have to pay resale prices, and you don't want to do that.
And even if you are going for us.
Yeah. And even if you are going to budget it, so it's easier when you're only buying a single ticket. So that's the other thing too. When it came to day 2, I only had to worry about one ticket. I wasn't buying for a group. I wasn't, it's different when you're buying multiple tickets. Now, if you're buying multiple tickets for Hobie, what I ended up doing was, like, you know how in the sidebar for Ticketmaster, it ends up showing like best price for seats or whatever. I had put in all the filters, and it gave me the best one. I literally clicked on it, and that's it. Bought it, walked out. I didn't even know. I just knew that we were in the 200s. I didn't know all the full details. I didn't know how far of back rows we were at. I just know this is what I got. And we were not even that bad. We were third or fourth row from
you guys
section.
weren't bad at all.
So it was a really good seating that we got. I was like, all right, cool, we're good.
Every seat is a good seat, honestly.
When it comes to the Allstate Arena, yes. Because it's such a small venue. So
I feel like it is going to be a bloodbath for ticketing. We all know it, but truly do not hesitate. Like, especially if you're getting friends and you are in a group and there's a budget, set up a payment plan. Okay. You'll figure it out. Okay. Even if they pay you $2 every other day. Okay. Just make
she's speaking for experience for me, because it took up until we saw June just for me to pay her back for both, because I was still paying her back for Hobie too when we got those resale.
Listen, I didn't care, because the fact of the matter is I was going with someone I really wanted to go with, and you can work it out. Okay. If you're going with good friends, set up a freaking payment plan and just let it ride. Because you're going to have the best time, and the money is not going to matter at that point. When you're sitting in those seats screaming, you'll know it was all worth it. So
and that was the same thing. I think I did for Hobie. There was a couple people that ended up paying literally as we were on tour date, and I didn't care. I was like, that's fine. I was like, pay your bills first, and then afterwards, whatever you can, just throw it my way. And as long as it gets paid, I didn't even care if it was a little after the tour. Because again, I was going with friends.
I don't care.
Well, you're a little too trusting for that, Gina. So that just means you're a good person.
Well, again, if you're going with people that you trust, like obviously I gave those options. I gave those options to the people that I trust and that I knew that it's not like they would do me dirty.
If
you know what I mean?
Know them, don't do this, obviously. Yeah, but if there are people that you fully trust, just let it go and like get a payment plan.
If you're doing this with people you don't really know, get a deposit. Get some type of deposit beforehand, just in case. It's always just in case. This is because like I've seen the horror stories. Sadly,
yes, online.
Yeah,
I've seen them too.
See, these are our ticket tips, okay, everyone? But seriously, like you will not regret it. You will not regret getting those seats. You will not. Like, even if they're a little over your budget, you will not regret it. Because I did not expect in any tour to get VIP at any of these tours. And we got VIP, all of them.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it. I do not. Even though it probably stretched my budget more than I wanted to, I don't regret it at all. It was the best time.
And I'm so spoiled now getting into the venue before everyone else. And I have to lower that expectation because I know that it's going to be so hard for OT7. But to say, especially in Tampa, that did not help. That helped tremendously, especially with that heat.
Lord. Lord. Which actually goes into the next question.
That is going into the next question. So how was it getting into the building on concert day?
So I'm going to let Gina answer first because since I went both days, I have two different experiences both days. So Gina can answer and I'll hop in for like day one. But yeah, how we got into the building on concert day was very interesting.
Again, this was a whole different experience for me too, because I had a child with me. So my daughter is 11. She'll be 12 in September. Shout out to all the Virgos out there.
Woo!
So basically, I had a small child who definitely voiced that it was hot. Okay. It is hot in Florida in the summer. Not surprising in the least. But I think, again, what shocked her, it wasn't so shocking for me because Simi had been telling me to prepare for the humidity that is Florida. So I already knew that it was going to be hot, but like, we were so grateful that we actually left a little later from the hotel that day, because when we got there and just had to check in and everything for VIP, it was a shorter time than if we had been there right at check-in, like when they first opened, because we did have a line that was substantially long that went into a parking garage. So we were standing in a parking garage for like a bulk of time, which I was grateful for because we were not in direct sun. There was actually shade in the parking garage. So I think that helped a lot of us. We were still sweating so bad. And shout out to Simi for bringing fans.
I'm so happy those cheap fans my dad used to get at those conventions. I remembered those last minute. I was like, Dad, where are those fans? Where are those battery powered fans? And he's like, you know what? I forgot I had these. I'm like, give me all the ones that work. So those came in handy. Seriously. I would have been dying a lot more if I did not have those fans.
Bless those little fans, because we were just like continuously, and they had given us these paper fans on like popsicle sticks. And those also came in handy.
Well, technically, they weren't supposed to be for the heat. Those were supposed to be fans we held up during like different projects, but it's fine. Mm-hmm. We used them as
it worked.
Outside.
You got to work with what you got.
Yeah, we were so blessed with those. So bless those people who made those for the thing, but like we actually used them to like keep ourselves from like dying. But like actually, once we got in, it was air conditioning, first of all. The line moved pretty fast. Once the line opened up and they started to filter, Tampa really did have it organized, though. Like,
shout out to Tampa. I can't pronounce the name. Is it Amelia Arena?
Yeah,
Shout out to them.
Yeah,
I don't know, but everyone I spoke to was praising that venue and the staff there.
So organized. The staff knew what was happening. They marked everything with signs on the inside. So you knew where merch was. You knew where section so-and-so was and section so-and-so. So that was really nice. They also would like call down like how much time you had left before going into sound check. So the merch lines, as you can imagine, are super long. And there came a time when we were having to go into line up and go into the venue for sound check. But what was great about them was they said, okay, you have 10 minutes left and then you need to like leave the line no matter where you are and go line up in your section because we have to like get into sound check. But like we were literally right there. So I'm like, we're staying no matter what. Like, and they were really good though at like keeping you on task. And they were good at reading the room and navigating, okay, we can break this line up so they can go in this entrance now. And then the others can go in this entrance to get in. And they really got us in there fast. Like we were seated and we waited for like a while before sound check. Like they were not going to let anybody be left behind, essentially. But yeah, that venue was very organized because there's a lot of times when you're out standing in that heat for longer than anticipated because people aren't organized. But they really did. They had even moved the VIP fast, like even during check-in. We were there for 2 seconds and we had wristbands. So yeah.
And they were nice too. Everyone was nice, like the staff.
Like it literally, shout out to Tampa and that venue because they knew what they were doing. This was not their first rodeo. They knew how to manage even complaining people. Like I saw them like taking down some like talking them down, people who were overheated and a little irate. They even had water handing out to people. Like it was really good. So.
Jen also too, we didn't go where the bus was, but they had a cooling bus for people who got there really early for just like merch and hanging out and stuff. So you can go inside the bus to cool down. I know that was Jin's doing, I think they said, and like his team.
Yeah.
As well as like Gina said, just like water coolers outside the venue and everything for free. So they were prepared for the heat and actually prepared like one venue for a certain group that I ain't going to get into that drama, but I feel bad for them. Because funny enough, I was talking to a girl on the second day who went to that place and she was telling me the horrors was worse than what we saw online. So I feel so bad for her. She was one of the people that didn't get into VIP for that group. But yeah, Tampa really took care of us. So, and Jen and them did as well. And two, we got lucky as well. Because one, like our hotel wasn't really that far from the venue. We weren't downtown Tampa because the downtown is so, I can't even explain the way it's like structured. And I was thinking this too, because I feel like I was talking to Gina and her family about like what I hated most for traffic. What if it was Tampa or Orlando? I think I hate Orlando because they're always doing construction. They've been doing construction on the roads in Orlando since I've been born. Okay. It's been a while. And when I went there, recently last weekend to go see Candace because she was visiting family and we met up for lunch. Areas I used to be around in college, like the roads are completely different because they're doing construction. So like they've maneuvered like bridges and stuff. And even for me, I'm like, I would rather take this than the traffic in Tampa because even Paul could tell you that like when we rode that highway, I don't know how many cars we saw get into accidents or pulled over, like or it's like
3
every night.
More accidents, like 3 accidents in one night in like 15 minutes, like no lie.
Jesus.
So
that's crazy.
Tampa's a different beast when it comes to their traffic, and they're not even doing construction like that, like in Orlando. So I don't know what's going on there, but regardless of all that, we got lucky. And even though I did have to get on the highway, it was only like 2 exits and then I got off. And parking was very interesting because, again, the way the downtown is set up. So because like the arena doesn't really have their own true parking, we ended up going to like a JW Marriott that was like on the same street. We just had to turn a corner and then we were right there at the arena. And they do valet parking even for events. You don't have to be staying at the hotel. So like once we pulled up, because they also had an option to like buy parking passes at different locations online. And we were like, let's not do that because we don't know the area like this. Let's just go there and see what we can find. Also, funny enough, too, I know I'm slightly going off topic, but I know they had no idea, but leave it to Jin to have his concert on Saturday, the same day as an anime convention.
Yeah.
And the convention center for Tampa is like, it is like across the street from the arena. So I was worried we weren't going to find parking because not only do we have to find parking because we're going to Jin, there's an anime convention going on with people who's been there probably all day, who's been parked in God knows where. You saw so many what? Oh, Narutos. A lot of Narutos.
So many.
So, yeah, it was fun walking the street and seeing everyone like dressed up for the anime convention. Then you got the K-pop people dressed up for Jin in their Uto costumes or like their RJ costumes or like Super Tuna and Sharks. But yes, thankfully we got lucky and it didn't take us that long to find parking. So then we found parking, went to go check in. And then like Gina said, we had to go into the line into the parking garage, which I feel like we were in there for at least a good 30 minutes before they started letting us in. Yeah. And then so after that, they let us in, obviously upstairs, check our bags. They almost tried to throw away my poster too. Yeah. One lady came up to me and she's like, let me see the size of the poster. And she grabbed it. And I heard the guy behind me be like, she's good. Just let her in. I was like, thank you, sir. Because you're not about to do this to me. And I also got stopped to check my bag in. Yeah, Gina and Emma had bags. And I'm like, so why didn't y'all get pulled over?
We had the same bag. We had the same bag. And it was see-through and everything. And they let us through and not Simi. I was like, are you kidding me right now?
I'm like, let me not start screaming discrimination because
they kept trying to push us through. And I'm like, I'm not leaving again. I'm not leaving Simi. Again, because this woman's like, you need to come through. I'm like, no, the other person on my ticket is literally back there. It's like, I wasn't leaving Sydney. They always want me to leave her. And I'm like, no, damn it.
Thank you. That's a true friend right there, Gina. So yes, when we got it, it was pretty easy. Like Gina said, we were able to wait in that long ass merch line, and they had two merch booths. And not only did they have two merch booths, they also, I think someone locally built it too. What I'm seeing on TikTok, built like a ginormous like Uto that people could take pictures with.
Yes,
and it said like run Jin, like Tampa and all that. It's really cute. I don't know if you've seen it online, Lala, or saw my pictures at least. Yeah, because I was able to take a picture with it day 2.
It was so cute.
It was cute, and I'll get to answer the question, but I just want to talk about the merch real quick. Just real quick, because it kind of goes into this too, because I got lucky. As I mentioned earlier, I was able to get something for Lala because apparently we can't predict what armies want and don't want in merch. For Hobie, it was the acorns that had specific cities and stops on them, where those sold out like crazy. And I forgot which stop it was where they had to actually put a limit, because at first I don't think there was a limit, or the limit was high for Hobie and the acorn. Now for Jin, we had gotten the heads up from Nay when it came to the merch, because the little guitars with the city names on it, she told us for Anaheim, those had sold out, as well as the Wuto plush keychain. So after that, we're like, okay, the keychain apparently is the hot topic. Heard on majority of the stops, they were being sold out. Now, when we get to Tampa, they started adding the limit. So like for the guitar keychain, you can only buy 1 per person, but the plush, you can get 3 per person.
Which is stupid.
And guess which ones were selling out the most?
The guitars.
The plush.
Oh,
no,
well,
the plush.
The
yeah.
plush. Mm-hmm.
No one really wanted the guitars, which is surprising. And I guess they thought that was going to be selling out, but no, it was the plush. So when we had gotten to the merch booth, the one we were at had sold out of the plush. I don't know when they did, but whatever. Go back to our seats, have sound check. And I had told Gina, I was like, after sound check, I am thirsty. I'm going to go like get some water and probably some food too. And I put my wallet like in my pocket because I was wearing jeans and I want to take my bag. I'm like, Gina's sitting here. I trust her. And I already took my valuables. Yeah. And the valet people had my car keys. So like, it's fine. It's fine. So I get up and go to get water. But then I was like, you know what? Let me check out this merch booth. The one we didn't go to because we thought the line was long. Let me just see real quick. So I actually, like when people started running in, I was probably the 5th person in line. And I see, because, when something's sold out, like if it's shirt, they take it off the mannequin or they flip over the signs like it's not available anymore. I saw the plush keychain wasn't flipped over. So I was like, am I dreaming? Like, do they actually have it here? So when I went up to the girl, I think I saw them behind her, but I wanted to make sure I wasn't like hallucinating. I was like, do you have the Wuto Plus keychain? And she's like, yeah, how many do you want? I'm like, give me the limit. Whatever it is, just give me the limit. So she gave it to me. I bought them and I was like, I have the golden ticket in my hand. I was one of the lucky ones to buy the golden ticket. And I got my water. There was a stand behind me selling cake. I've never had cake at a venue before, and the cake was fantastic. I know that sounds weird, but that cake was good. And I texted Gina, I'm like, you're going to love me. And she's like, what's going on? So then when I came back down there and I handed it to her, she was like freaking out. That's all she wanted. So
that's all I wanted was that freaking Wuto keychain. I wanted him so bad. And he is on my purse right now. Like, I carry him around so proudly. And I just love him. I literally like almost cried. Like, I was so excited to see this little Wuto. He's everything. I still don't know how she did it though. Like,
I don't know how I did it either.
She was mad.
They must have been hiding them for the regular people. I don't know. But I ran up there. I was like, let me actually go. Like, while I was going up the stairs, I'm like, actually, let me check the merch booth we didn't go to and see if they had it. And they had it.
But also, I do want to shout out Jin too. That jersey, that baseball jersey is the shit.
Yes.
It is the shit. I love it. I have worn it a few times now. I just love it so much. I feel like I'm going to wear it even in the fall and the winter. I don't care. I'll put long sleeves underneath it. It's so cute.
It's a really good material. And shout out to our inclusive princess, because the smallest size was a medium. And I think it went up to like 2X.
And I'm usually a 2X, and I got a large and it fit. Like, and I can button it and still have space. So shout out to him. Like, he made those so big that everybody can fit into them.
Even the t-shirts were pretty big too. I haven't worn mine yet, but just taking out the bag to put up in my closet, like,
he knew what's up. He knew what was up. Like, it's seriously, all his merch was kick-ass. Like, I even got Caitlin her little guitar that she wanted. So listen, it's all good. But no, shout out.
And so I was able to get one for you two and for myself. I am kind of sad the limit wasn't 4, because if it was, I would have been able to get one for Nay. Wasn't lucky the second day. But speaking of the second day, getting it to the building, I was like, okay, I know where I'm going now. I'm just going to park in the same place because the parking price wasn't that bad after the concert as well. I get there, but when I was driving up, you kind of have to pass the venue before you get to the hotel, because like I said, it's around the corner. And I was kind of confused because I'm like, I looked at my watch. I'm like, okay, I'm here at a decent time. It's like 3:40. Not much traffic happened. Where is the line that was yesterday? Like, don't they let VIP in at 4 o'clock?
Yeah.
So obviously I park, I walk up there, I do check in, and I don't know if something happened in check-in the first day, because I was looking at the ticket Gina had screenshotted for me in case when I was going up and down the first day, they asked to see my ticket to make sure I was in the right section. They were harping very hard to make sure your ticket was in the Ticketmaster account. Like, they were like, no scanning from Apple Wallet or Google Wallet. Like, the ticket has to be scanned from your Ticketmaster account. So I don't know what happened for them to enforce that, because they didn't enforce that day one at all. No. I'm pretty sure Gina had scanned from Apple Wallet. Yeah. But either way, thankfully, I was able to scan it from the Ticketmaster account. But anyway, I did that. And as soon as I did that, they gave me the merch that comes with the VIP. And they're like, okay, you can go ahead and go inside. And I look at the time, I'm like, I can go inside the venue. And they're like, yeah, you got everything. Just go on and go up. So I went through security and I was inside the venue at 3:45. So they were just letting people in early. I don't know when they started actually letting people who had VIP inside the venue, but it was way before check-in time. And I think because too, that day Tampa had their record heat. Yeah. It hit the 100 sections that it hasn't in years. So I think because it was so hot, they didn't want to be a liability for people like passing out and stuff. So if they're able to let people inside, they just let them inside. So yeah, like I didn't have to wait in the line. I didn't really have to use my fan like that. I wasn't drenching in sweat like I was the first day. My shirt didn't turn blue from my hair. That's another thing too. I love my blue hair, but apparently it's turning my clothes blue, especially white shirts. So yeah, it was easy breezy. And I even texted Gina. I was like, "Well, I'm in the venue." She's like, "What? That's great."
Yeah, I was
I
shocked.
know.
I was like, what do you mean? You're in the
But they let us
venue?
early. I was 15 minutes in before 4:00, and then
I
even
was
then,
definitely the mama hen though. I was like, text me.
yeah, she was.
Because I wasn't there. So
I know, and I
It's
was
fine.
too. I was all like, I was on standby just in case any issues happen. Because like, obviously, day 2 VIP was under my name. We didn't want to mess with transferring just in case, because we didn't want Simi to have any problems getting into VIP and getting into soundcheck and everything. So I just gave her my username and password to Ticketmaster, and I'm like, but if anything happens, here's a copy of my license, like just call me or whatnot, just, you know. So
Yeah.
as soon as she let me know, she's all like, and I'm in, and they let me in a lot earlier as well. I was all like, oh snap. I was like, well, good, because obviously she was telling me that it was super hot that day. Obviously both days were really hot, but so I was all like, all right, good. Have a fun time. I hope you enjoy. And I think that was it.
Yeah. My mother and my big sister, everybody.
Hello.
So, but they take care of me. But yeah, it was wild. And then I had like a whole hour and a half to chill inside until they let us in for VIP, and then or sound check. And then sound check happened, and I had a whole nother at least 2 hours waiting till the concert actually started.
So since you had an hour and a half before sound check, were they allowing you guys to get into merch first?
Mhm.
Like during that waiting time? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not even just with Gina, even though they let us in early on the second day too, they let us buy merch, even though they let us in like before the original 4:00. So,
and they had food booths open too. Not all of them have food booths open right away, but they had food and stuff open, so you could get water and food and stuff. So you could sit there and eat even before you like sat down in your actual seats. It was really nice that they did
because
that.
Oakland wasn't like that either. Oakland didn't open up the food booths until they started letting everybody in.
Yeah.
So,
so I really do think the heat motivated them to accommodate more because they probably knew too there was a lot of people coming from outside of Florida who had no idea what they were walking into.
Yeah.
And because I had heard a few people just standing in line talking about they had no idea that it was so like humid and that they
welcome to the swamp.
And like I say, I was sweating from places I didn't know could sweat. So it definitely is that hot. Like if you think it's hot where you live, and I do live somewhere that it is humid because I live in Pennsylvania. No,
nothing.
Florida is way worse. It's way worse in the summer. I mean, it literally felt like when you walked out of AC, you were hitting a wall of moisture, like you were walking into moisture, and it coated you as you were walking outside from the AC. It's wild how hot it is.
And now, since we're on that, was this your first concert in Florida, Gina?
It is actually. I had been in Florida before, but never for a concert. So I actually was a little nervous about it. I won't lie, because I was aware of all the standing that we were going to be doing. And so I kept reminding myself to hydrate. And again, because I had a little human, I kept telling her to hydrate. Hydration packs are your friends, like Liquid IV is your friend. So I kept pumping myself full of that. But yeah, it was my first concert. But even though it was during the summer and really hot, I would do it again. Like I would go back and do another concert in Florida, just because I think too, they had it under control. Like I didn't feel like I was unsafe once I got to the venue. Like this venue, like I said, was really on top of it. And though it was hot and sticky and I was like grumpy, once I was inside, and everything was organized, I was fine. But I would totally 100% go back to Florida again for a concert.
Come get your Florida hospitality here, no matter what they say, okay? Ignore the politics and certain white people. The POCs and the black people will hold you down, and you will have a great ass time. I'm not gonna lie,
okay? The black people were amazing. We, like, literally everywhere we went, like, whenever, they were just so nice. Everybody was so nice in Florida. Like,
I'm telling you, we get a bad rep, but like hang out with the people of color. Tampa, we will show you a good time.
No, and I won't lie. I would love to go back to Tampa in general. Even though the traffic was bad and there was accidents every 5 seconds, that city itself was really beautiful. Like, it was just a really nice, it was by the ocean. You can't go wrong. Because like my son and my husband did things outside of concert, obviously, since they didn't go with us. But they went like fishing and stuff. And caught fish. And I ate shark for the first time.
Oh.
Yeah, like they went fishing, and then whatever they caught, they could take it to a restaurant and they would cook it for you, like right off the boat. And that's what they did. So they got to do, there's a lot of fun stuff outside of the concert going to. Like, we also went to the Tampa Aquarium while we were there. Shout out to the Tampa Aquarium. Paul and I both said, out of all the aquariums we've been to, and we've been to a lot, that was probably top like 3. Like, it's such a nice aquarium. So if you do ever go there for a concert and you want something else to do, and it is hot and you do want to do an inside activity, I highly recommend. It was also by the venue. You could actually park in the aquarium parking lot to go to the concert as well.
Nice.
They opened up their parking as well. But no, Tampa, actually amazing place to have a concert. Like, I wish that there was like, I don't know how big the football stadium is, because Tampa Bay has a football, Tampa Bay Buccaneers or whatever they're called, sports ball. But if BTS went to Tampa and performed there, I would go. I had a great time. I would go again.
So whoever in Hive is listening, there you go. Come back over there to Tampa.
Jin also said he'll try his best to convince the members to come back.
It was
okay.
Fun.
That says a lot.
Tampa,
in my books.
Tampa was beautiful. It was beautiful. Yes. I had a great time.
And I feel bad for him. I do wish if he had more free time, he'd probably go fishing too. And he probably couldn't do that. So hopefully he can come back to go fishing.
No, because the fishing was really good. The captain, my husband, and my son went on the boat. Like, they had like literally a private fishing trip. So Jin could absolutely do that. And the captain actually called my husband the night before, and they talked about the current and when was the actual best time to fish, because they were going to go early morning. And he was like, no, bro, the current isn't going to go that way. And literally they went when the captain said, and they caught fish. So listen, Jin, just go fishing. You'll there.
Have a lot of fun.
Know what's up.
Now going back into concert mode, how was the sound check and what was your favorite moment?
Great.
And we'll go off with Simi.
It was amazing. I don't know what else to say. It's just, he came out so he trying to look cool, but like goofy at the same time. And I will have to shout out Dallas for this. I think they kicked it off. Every venue except for Anaheim gave Jin a personal like hockey jersey. So like on the first day, he came out with his like sunglasses and he was wearing sports balls, even though I know it's not, a puck is not a ball. What is it? The Lightnings? Listen.
I think it is.
What is the team that's in that arena? It's Lightning something. Lightning Bay? I don't know. He came out with a Lightning jersey. And it said Jin and it had number 1 on it. So when I was telling my dad what arena I was at, he was like, oh yeah, that hockey team's great. And I'm sitting here like, we got hockey teams in Florida, but it's
yeah, it's the Tampa Bay Lightning. I just looked it up.
Tampa Bay Lightning. I knew it was Lightning something. Yes. So they gave him a personal jersey. Also, too, I found out later on, they posted on social media when he left, in his waiting room, they actually built like an arcade for Jin and the team.
Oh,
yeah, it was so cute. They showed videos. I'll send it to you. But like when they were waiting and stuff, he can play like arcade games. Yeah. So that's why I think he really enjoyed it. It wasn't just the fans either. I think the venue treated him really well.
I can totally see him trying to convince the members to go back over there. Obviously, it's going to have to be at the stadium, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed just seeing him come out, and it's like he doesn't really announce it. You just kind of have to wait for him. You kind of notice when you see the band, but the thing will just rise and he just walks out. He's like, well, yeah, hello, I'm here. And then he'll start performing. I don't remember what songs he all did. I'm not going to lie. I know one of them was like, I'll Be There. Did he do Running Wild on the first day? I can't remember. But I do know also that on the first day, he had asked us, like, for the last song, like, what did we all want to hear him perform? And of course, we all chose Rope It. He's like, y'all sure? It's like, yes. So he performed Rope It, which was fun. And then, like, some people, like how the new thing with, like, I feel like Beyonce stans started it, like, with the fans, like, do the fans to certain beats. So people, even when we were waiting and they played, like, Rope It, the song, they were, like, doing their fans to the beat. It was great. So I do think, I'm not going to lie, I think I enjoyed day one more than day two, even with the sound checks, because we had a cool ass section. Okay. We just had some really cool people in our 100 section. It was really fun. And day two, just because I was by myself, I was a little awkward. The woman on my right, after sound check, she was really cool. And we did get to start talking and even talking like during the show and stuff. So she was really nice. But just like in general, the vibes is just a little bit better in 100 because I don't think people are so worried of trying to get like the best videos and pictures like they are on the floor. And two, some of my, especially during sound check, my videos like aren't the best because I was in the first row. Security keeps walking by. So that was another downfall. Like I'd be recording something and then you just see security walk by. I was like, well, damn it, I can't use that. I will say too, people on the floor, surprisingly this time, maybe because the row I was in were a little bit more respectful of how high they were raising their phones and their army bombs too. So I didn't have that too much of a problem. The only problem I had is like if the person was really tall, which for some reason I always get one tall person in front of me. It's fine. I had that on the floor and we had that in the 100 section because of a man. But other than that, it was great. So,
but I couldn't yell at him.
He was a little bit more interactive in day one than he was day two. Like day two, he kind of rushed a little bit the sound check, but it was still enjoyable. So,
and also I will say, like the man in our section, he was actually a fan. He legit knew the song. Like he was like going ham. He was a fanboy. I won't lie. So that's why I wasn't too mad at him when he was in my way. Because I was like, oh, wait, you want to be here. Like, if he was just some dude, bro, just there with his girlfriend or whatever, I would have been a lot more angry, okay?
We had a lot of fanboys. We had a lot of male armies.
A lot of
male armies love Jin.
I love fanboys. I love them. They're so much fun.
There's so many in Tampa.
And you know what? I this is the part where I scolded Jin because day two, I don't remember what we were singing. I think it was part of the games. But Jin gonna be on the mic. Wow, there must be a lot of men here because the voices are very low. It's like, excuse me, Jin. I was screaming my head off for you day one. My voice is a little scratchy. Don't play with me, bro. There are a lot of men here, but excuse you. Okay.
We were doing the work. No, I think for sound check, I was just really excited to see him in general because I felt like it had been like I'd seen the stuff online. I'd seen his concert online. But when it's actually happening in front of you, it's just like so much more exciting. And like Emma had not seen anything from his tour. So she was super excited. She had her phone out and recorded like something from each thing. She probably has so much footage on her phone from Jin. It's insane. She had her songs that she was excited about. But she would always roll her eyes because we liked Rope It so much. She likes Rope It, but not like her mom likes Rope It. So when I was like, Rope It, when we were screaming for him to perform in soundcheck, Emma was just like shaking her head at me because she was like, no. Because she's a big Super Tuna fan. She loves that song so much. So for her, like seeing that live was like her most important thing. But no, it was Rope It for me. So the fact that I got to see Rope It twice that day, I mean, honestly, he should just give in to the fact that even if he has to do solo sets for OT7, Rope It has to be on there. Like
I can't
Super
believe
Tuna and Rope It are too much. Like Rope It became a phenomena he never knew that was going to become
Super Tuna.
Like Super Tuna. Like I think it was so good to see him on Soundcheck too, because he is so much more relaxed. Like you knew that he just was there to keep everyone entertained. He wasn't trying to fine tune shit. Okay, he was just there to make people jump and wake up because it was Soundcheck. And he did, like with Hobie, you knew that he was actually trying to hear what it was like with the crowd noise, because when he's just doing it alone, there's no crowd noise. So he wanted to hear. Jin didn't care. Jin was like, what do you want to see me do? I'll jump around. I'll like do this. And that's what I love about him and why I just like crack up with him, because he really did keep every step, even Soundcheck, relaxing, casual. Like he was like dressed like your boyfriend coming to say hi. And it was just really fun. Like it felt like Soundcheck though went by so fast. Some Soundchecks I have been to, like Hobie's felt longer. But Jin, he was like matter of fact, boom, boom. Okay, bye. See you.
He was just like, okay, I'll see you at the concert. Bye.
And he just disappears. Okay, he just left. He just leaves.
There was no like lingering, like, oh, I can't wait. He's like, okay, bye.
And he's gone. But
this is true Jin right there.
I know,
true
right?
Jin.
He doesn't care. He's on his own little chaotic time. Like, he just, no, now that we know there was an arcade back there, he was like, bro, I'm going to go play Pac-Man.
But I gotta get my Pac-Man in one last time before
I gotta get that top score on that machine. Like, you know, he wanted Jin on every machine. He's like, I have stuff to do. So, but yeah, like I think that Soundcheck was just way fun. But it was funny, just like how excited people were to see this man. Like that Soundcheck was actually as amped as the show itself. Like the energy day one in general, I think was just insane. Like you could feel the good energy starting even once those fans started cracking before he even came out. Like I knew the energy was right. I knew it was going to be a good show when everybody in the sections were just going crazy.
We were ready, okay?
We were ready.
It was the first BTS just member in general just gracing us with his presence in Florida. So it's like, we're going to show you how we party in Florida, from the Black people, from the Latinos, because both days they had after parties after the show, okay? You could hear them doing their own chants in Spanish outside the venues. I don't know what was going on, but they were having their great after party. The Asian people, Filipinos, everybody. We were just ready. We're going to show you how we party differently, but all together in Florida.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
It was great.
Awesome. That's so great. I'm glad you guys had fun. And now, what did you guys think of the variety show aspect of the concert? Because that's something new. That's something different that I think we have yet to see from. I see over here, Gina.
Yeah, and I know we have someone in the Discord who did mention, like, at least in Korea, I believe, like idols or in sometimes actors, like will do, it was kind of like a fan meet when he did that. So it was like a fan meet and a concert mixed together. But I think it was just really nice to see Jin bring that over to the States. And I had told Gina too, I was really worried that, yes, speaking English, but like even with the games, they would try to like I kept saying, don't give me for songs like the games we play, don't give me Dynamite. Don't give me Permission to Dance. Like, give me the Korean. I don't even care if you laugh at us, which I know was the whole point. Like, just make us work for it. And they did, which I was very grateful for. It just felt like we were all consecutively like, part of the fandom, no matter what part of the world we were in. So the variety part was great. And, it still just showed Jin's like overall personality. Like he truly did bring his variety show, like Run Seokjin, to everybody that he could. So I think it just went perfectly together, especially with the theme of it being his variety show and just keeping that with aspects of his music tied into it. So, because he could have just performed like a normal concert and just did his song. but I just feel like it was more fun and different, especially for the US audience, and make us feel closer as like good friends, just having a good time and like a party with him doing that. So I really appreciated it. We all just joked and laughed and like, it was like going over to a friend's house and just playing board games. That's what I felt like it was.
Yeah. I definitely, there was a time when he's like, are you guys ready? And I'm like, I've been ready. Like, I've been waiting for this moment to be on Run BTS. That's what all our dreams have been. As ARMY, we've all wanted to be on Run BTS. And this was our time. Like, Jin made us feel like it was our time, that we were getting to be that contestant on Run BTS. And I think that was the most fun for me, was like feeling like I was being part of the show. And I think too, like, we all want there's people who want YN moments, but I just wanted my moment to be on Run BTS. Okay. With Jin. Okay. Because it was funny too, like just acting out the charades and seeing all around you people doing ridiculous things and trying to portray these things. And it was fun watching his face as he's like, what are these people doing? Like, what is happening?
He just wanted that to make fun of all of us.
No, exactly.
That's what he wanted.
Yeah.
And I think it was fun for him because he does like teasing. He even does it to his own brothers, like pulling chairs out from behind them and things. Like, we were just part of the family, part of the group. And I actually wish that there would be more of this. I would definitely love a Run BTS tour like this, like when it's all 7 of them and we could like all do these silly things as a tour and like still have the music, but have it be also games, because it was such a fun combination for a tour, especially too, because like BTS as a whole is so much more than a music group. Like, they've always done variety of things, whether it was travel or whatever. So I do love that Jin really played into his strengths and made us feel like part of something. Like, we were definitely a part of his show in more than one way. We weren't just cheering. He was also cheering for us at times, which I thought was really cool too. But yeah, I think the variety show aspect was something unexpected that he did, but something I want more of now. Now that I've experienced it, I want more.
That'll turn into like a really 4-hour concert.
Yep.
It literally would. But it'd be something, it'd be fun. It'd be fun seeing them. I think if BTS themselves were to do something like that, yes, I think the audience, like ARMY, would be a part of it, but I think majority of it would be them doing something silly, and them sabotaging like, we would literally get to see Run BTS live, basically. It would be different in every stop.
It would be a cool thing for them to do if they did end up wanting to do like a BTS world, like in every stop, and have like their show, but then do something like Run BTS Live that was additional. So it'd be like another chance to see them, but then it would be like the variety show aspect. I would love that for every tour stop. That would be so fun. Call me hot. Call me.
Now, so talking on the variety aspect, what games did he play?
Well, all the games, again, Jin did a good job at, even though the games were the same, they were still different in their own way. Mm-hmm. So it's like, why am I blanking on the games we played? So obviously it's the first one, like charades, right? Yes. And with charades, I believe that's the game that we pick his outfit to do for Super Tuna. Yes. So it depends, like how many numbers we give right is when he changes outfit, and he has like a limited time to change. Is when he'll dress up as one of the episodes from Run Seokjin, which I also thought was really cool. And he performed Super Tuna in that. So we did that. I don't remember what our answers were for day one.
It was one of the. It was not a business suit. Was it from when he went to school? Wasn't it? Was it the school outfit? I can't remember.
Yes, but I'm talking about what game. Like, what did he have to guess us doing for his outfits day one.
One was Squid Game.
Yes, one was Squid Game, and that was funny. And I'm really surprised that he got that right, because we were just doing like the symbols, like the triangle and like square symbols, and I don't know how we got that. I don't know any other way we could have done Squid Game.
The red light, green light. They would like turn around. Like that's what I was doing, because I was like, if he doesn't get the symbols, then if we're like try and play red light, green light, maybe he'll understand.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one, and I'm trying to remember the other one, because the other one was Super Tuna. We were like doing
Super Tuna. We just
doing the dance.
And he was like, what are you doing at first? He was like so confused, because it did look like out of place, because people are just randomly doing that. You're like, what? Because there's no music. So you're just like randomly wiggling in the middle.
And it's funny because he's talking about like part of the rules is because, in charades, you're not supposed to talk. But when he would ask us like questions, we would scream yes or no. So we didn't really follow that along. And then for day two with that same game, it was Zombie. And you guys might have seen this clip going viral because his first one was actually Mission Impossible. We were doing a pretty good job, but then he had guessed Tom Cruise. And he had a mini crash out because when he turned around and saw it was Mission Impossible, he's like, no. And he actually like got on the floor and stuff. But we were all like, it's fine. You were close. And he even said that. He's like, but like, isn't it the same thing? We're like, they should have gave him that point. Okay. Mm-hmm. Like Mission Impossible is Tom Cruise.
It is.
The fact that he guessed Tom Cruise, just give him the point. But they did it. But yeah, some people probably like online had saw that when we were doing that and he guessed Tom Cruise, but it was Mission Impossible. So that was funny. And then I don't know if you would consider this a game, but like there's also a part after Super Tuna where he goes and changes. So we do karaoke. I know. Did we do I Will Be There for day one?
I think so. Oh, no, It was Astronaut, wasn't it?
Was it Astronaut? Oh, maybe day two I did I Will Be There.
Because we did Astronaut the first day.
And like what pissed me off on that was because, he spins a wheel and whatever the song lands on, that's what we sing. So day one, he didn't even spin the wheel. He just put it on Astronaut and then he just went back. So we're like, seriously? But day two, oh my God, because like he was teasing us. So like he would hold on to the wheel and he would put it on a song and hear how loud we were screaming. And then he would go to another song. He's like, oh, y'all want this one? No, maybe you guys want this one. And he kept doing it. And then he got to On Pond Man, and me, while I was recording, I'm screaming my head off. I'm like, yes, give me On Pond Man. I want to sing On Pond Man. And then, like, he would go back and forth to either On Pond Man and I think the Astronaut to see which one was the loudest. And then he just spun the wheel. So I was like, are you serious? You actually spin the wheel this time? And it didn't land on Pond Man. This is why I'm not a gambler. I was so sad. I was like, I wanted On Pond Man.
Has it ever landed on that song? Has it ever landed?
I think California did On Pond Man and as well as... no, I think it was Japan. It was Japan that did On Pond Man. And I thought I saw London also did On Pond Man. I was just sad because that's my song. I could sing it word for word, even the Korean. Okay. It's fine.
It's fine.
And then the other one was when we had to sing a song and he guessed it. And this is where we got scolded for quote unquote cheating.
He cheats all the time.
We were trying to help him out. So I know what was the first song? Was it Loser? One of the songs was Loser, right?
Yes, one of the songs was Loser.
And then we had On. So we were singing On to him, obviously not getting the Korean right, but it was the pre-chorus before it went to the chorus. So when the music or when the lyrics stopped, we kept singing and we went into the chorus like, yeah, hey, oh, and then kept singing that to him. And he's like, okay, I got it. And he guessed it. But then they revealed the song and it stopped and he realized we kept going. He's like, you guys, you cheated. You're not supposed to continue singing. You were supposed to stop, but the lyrics aren't there. And this is why I said everyone in our section was cool, because we're all like, excuse me, sir, we were trying to help you out. And then even me and this other girl like next to me, we're also like, also, we learned this from you, Jin.
Yeah.
You hear me in the video. I said, you cheat all the time and run, Jin. Who do you think we got this from?
Yeah, who?
We're sorry from helping you.
Like, you should be proud of us right now. We did something you would do.
So he ended up getting hit by the plate. Okay, he was like, since y'all cheated, I technically got it wrong. So I'll just get hit in the head. And then day 2 was wild because one of our songs was dope, but it was Namjoon's verse. So I think that was payback for us cheating day 1. No one could do it. You just heard mumbling, but we got the energy part down. He still didn't know. So he gets mic drop, gets hit in the head, calls us bad singers. He's like, wow, you guys are really bad singers. But then when the music played and he saw what verse it was, and afterwards, because he will sing along with us when the music's playing. He didn't this time. And he's like, you know what, guys, my bad. Because even I can't do Namjoon's part. So, like, I am sorry for calling you guys bad singers. And I was saying to they're like, you better be sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
That shit's hard.
Even online, some of the people who speak fluent Korean or are Korean, they're like, bro, we can't even do his part.
Oh my God.
You better bow and say sorry to us, Jid, because how dare you?
Yeah, for real. Bro.
Oh God.
And
it would be Jin.
I love too that they clown the other members even when they're not there. Like Namjoon got absolutely told that his verse was too hard and that Army can't do it. And I'm just like, yeah, they're just like, yeah, bro, I don't even know that verse. Like Jun's like, oh, I don't know what Namjoon says.
He's like, I couldn't even do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Our leader, I don't know.
I think the only one that would really try to do that would probably be Hobie. Yoongi would just be like, whatever, I'll just do my own verses. Hobie would at least try, especially because of Duchita when they performed it.
It's true.
And Hobie, they had to switch roles and everything like that. And Hobie did obviously Yoongi's. So yeah, that was
Tay would probably try too.
Tay would, just because Tay's a rap stan. Okay. He would be like, I can do this.
I need them to give him like a rap verse when they do this album. We've all been begging rap for it. I need it.
He's the biggest stan of them. He is such a big stan of Cypher. The man is the biggest fan. Like JK is the biggest Namjoon stan of us all. But Tay is the biggest Cypher rap line stan you will ever see in your life. That man will cheer for them. He will be Army forever. Okay. He would go sit in the stands and just do this. So during their set, like, I won't be surprised if he is in the audience at some point. You'll just see him in the front row, just going like this with a bunch of Army. You'll just see Tay losing his mind with his Army bomb. Trust me, you're going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
That man. No, I think it's funny though that they picked such random parts of the song too for that game. Because there were some random parts I've seen in other cities. I'm like, why did you pick that part?
I feel like it was parts we don't sing a lot. Maybe they did studies. Like these are parts we don't really sing a lot, especially in like fan chants. So maybe it's like trip them up on the tongue. Because obviously, if it's the chorus, I feel like everyone would get the chorus. That's why again for Jin got it because we sung the chorus.
Oh, the verse they gave us was wild. Like I was like, I can't even interpret what this Korean is because sometimes I'll remember parts from hearing it so much. But the part they picked on, I was like, yeah, I got nothing. Because with the astronaut, even like when we were singing karaoke, I had heard astronaut so much that I could sing the Korean because I remember the sound. And they do spell it phonically, like phonetically. So you could like do it that way. But even so, yeah, the part of on they picked was impossible.
Well, like, even for me, too, like, I've gotten to a point since I've been studying Korean on and off for so long, I can't read the romanization anymore. It has to be the Korean lettering. But I'm not fluent, so I can't sing it as fast as them. And even singing, I didn't realize, damn, y'all talk fast.
No.
You sing it fast, you rap it fast. Like,
it's fast. I was like, how? I don't want to read that even.
So as a non-speaker, like, I can't. They did. And Jin loved every second of it.
He loves the Jin. Because we go, blah, 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 like, like you just hear people go like along to the beat because they can't.
It's like the adults in Peanuts, the womp 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 womp.
Yeah,
that's
exactly
what we sounded like.
So he was probably like, "What the hell is going on?"
And even our
like,
singing too,
this
like
is
when
what
we try to hit
happened.
when we try to hit certain high notes in certain songs, I saw it, especially for Loser, like I saw it in his face. He was having a grand time.
Sings high. That man sings high. Like for real. Like you don't realize how high he's singing until you're trying to hit that note and you're like, yeah, I got nothing.
Yep.
Emma was the only one because she has that pre-voice.
Prepubescent voice.
So she can hit those notes. I'm like, yeah, it could never be me. Because she's like, la, like she's hitting it. And I'm like, yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Well, I'm glad that at least, Emma was having a blast. So she loved it. Now, on speaking on, obviously Jin mocking Army and having fun, making fun of you guys, how was his energy?
It was great. And the reason I had said at the beginning, like when he was saying he would probably try to convince the members to come back, like I remember when we were waiting at the wrong place, by the way. We got lost trying to find the car. We went to the wrong hotel in the wrong line. But Jin went live and I think he said it on the show too, that it has been a while for him to where he had to put so much energy back because the crowd was giving him so much energy. And it really goes into when artists are talking about like their performance truly is based on like what the crowd is giving him. Because like you could see it too. Like Tampa, even though we can barely speak the Korean, for not one song were we not singing. We were trying to sing every lyric. And I mean every lyric. I won't say for other stops because I didn't go to those other stops, but it was nonstop screaming and singing mainly and just cheering for him. Like when the songs were stopped and the barking and all of that, like there was really not any moments where it was kind of truly quiet. So I think that helped him a lot and really want to push himself because again, on that live, he was like, Tampa, man, I haven't had to really use my energy like this in so long. I wanted to make sure I gave back what they were giving me. So I think that just shows again, like how excited we were to see him and to like welcome him. So
I even think like when we were so enthusiastic during sound check, like he even put in a more strong rope it performance than I think he normally would have for just sound check. He was like doing the iconic moves. And I'm like, wow, you're really doing this in like your casual clothes right now, sir. Like he was really like giving because he could feel the absolute excitement. And like throughout the show, you could see like parts where he actually took a step back and like just watched and listened to Army. Like I think he really took in a lot of just the feel of what it was feeling like at Tampa. Like there were parts like, and this will go into like one of my favorite performances later, but like I think that like that was really such a special thing when the artists themselves can like take a step back and just listen to the crowd perform for you and like be like, wow, like this is really happening. Like there's a transfer of energy. Because I think, too, all of us wanted to be as enthusiastic and have him feel what he makes us feel. And I think it was just a beautiful, like, thing that was happening between the crowd that night. And everybody did their job. Like, he felt what he was supposed to feel, and we felt what we were supposed to feel. And it was just really beautiful, honestly.
Yeah. And with all that, I'm sure, like, as it goes into like we weren't sure if he was going to do a solo tour too. And we've talked about this before, being realistic about like certain members, even in the group, are more popular. So like I'm sure he was nervous how he would be received during this tour. So I think also too, just seeing the way crowd was so receptive to him gave him the confidence that he needed as well put on the show. So
yeah, well then also, obviously a big shout out to Tampa because you guys like, showed up with the energy and everything like that. And any opportunity I can throughout this entire episode, I will say, BTS, you need to come back to Florida.
Thank you. Thank you, Paula.
I'm helping. Okay, I'm gonna try to help here. And so I think to that, I think that was like a good big like opening for him. Like he can totally make it. All of them can, So now speaking on that, like what was your most anticipated performance that you were waiting for?
Rope it. Rope it. Listen,
rope it.
As a person who hates country, and I will have to thank Beyonce. I've slowly been sort of kind of enjoying it more than I used to as a child. Many reasons why I didn't. That song, something about that song, something about the crowd, something about the way he looks and turns into a whole different person. Like Cowboy Jin is just so...
He's sexy.
It's fine.
He's very sexy.
Lost for words.
No, Rope It was number one. Like Simi and I knew. Like we knew what we wanted to see. There was no question. Like that song, I had called that song out the moment I saw the title of it, even before we heard anything. I literally said to Caitlin and Simi, I was like, it's country. I was like, he said before he wanted to get into the country genre. I'm calling it now. It's the country song. And lo and behold, when we heard that first little clip, it was country. And I was like, here it is. And I was like literally going to clown this man, but I couldn't because it was so good.
It was a good song.
Catchy. Mm-hmm. And the fact that there's like a whole dance when you swing your arm, like
we swing our army bombs like they're lassos. Yep.
Like there's just something about it. And literally he does become a whole other person. He gets that cowboy hat on. He has his jacket on and he hunkers down and does those like classic country singer moves. He was studying, but like
for sure.
He was like, let me see Garth Brooks and all these people like who did country. Like I'm going to like study. And he did. And everybody loses their mind. I would not be sad if he decided to do a mini album of just country, okay? I would totally buy it now. I understand. He understands something. But no, Rope It was like my number one. I mean, I made my whole outfit based on that. I had all black, had my fringe, had my glitter, Ride So Cowgirl, like whole thing. I was ready to go. Just get me into the line dance. I'm got it. Like, seriously, it was so fun. Like, it everything I anticipated happened. Like, it was just so good. I would just like someone to just make a montage of all the stops with Rope It. I just need it. I just need something that I would watch every single one, like a fan cam of every single Rope It. Someone needs to make that.
I'm pretty sure
don't look at my recording. Don't look at my recording because you can hear me more than the actual song.
We were hyped.
I was screaming so loud.
Again, Emma was like, what is wrong with you? But it's fine. It's my song.
She was judging the hell out of the adults, especially when that song came on.
She was probably like, what is happening right now? But like, it's the best. It's the best live. If he doesn't do it on a solo one, like if they go to Texas on their world tour, he has to make his solo stage Rope It. If he's going to do it there.
And they gave him a custom hat too. They gave him a custom cowboy hat in Dallas.
Yeah.
Did they? Aw.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Jin, you need to do it at least one time on a world tour, okay? Maybe the other members will join into the dance, okay? JK, he loves those dances, okay? He would do,
because if you asked me years ago, I would have told you it was Super Tuna. And I was still hyped for Super Tuna. But maybe it's the secret country girl in me that just comes out when he performs Rope It. I don't know what happened.
It is great.
Bro, I was just, it's something about that song out of all the songs. It was just.
I could write a monologue too, okay, on that song and what it makes.
Also, Jin had a lot more pyrotechnics and fire than I was expecting them to have. It actually got very hot in that video.
It did.
A couple times.
I was sweating at some points because of the fire.
He had a lot more fire than Hobie did.
It was hot.
For a man who has a song called Arson, Jin had a lot more fire, which was insane.
Was hot. Like I was sweating and I was like, whoa, this is like really close to my face, even though we were
And
sitting.
even we felt it in the 100 section.
Yeah.
If we were
was
sweating at the 100
crazy.
section,
It was hot.
It was hot.
I was shook. It was shook.
Imagine being on the floor and
Right?
being closer, kind of like where you guys were for Hobie.
Yeah, it would have been too hot.
Surprisingly, day 2, I didn't feel it as much. I don't know what.
rises though, so
Well, yeah, he does
I think
rise,
so. So I was a
we
little bit
got the
higher.
when it goes up, we get that roof part, and it does hit you in the face, and it's so hot. It's very spicy.
Yeah, because when he does like falling, I believe, and like not background. Was it background? There's like a section of like kind of the slow rock songs he does where it's just continuous fire.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now, Jen, if we're hot, I imagine you, especially
In the
since
middle
you've
of
been
it?
dressing in like jeans and stuff. Yeah.
I also
hot.
I appreciate him changing some in front of us, though. I do.
Oh my God.
Oh.
That's another thing we got scolded for. Because, you know, like in the middle before he does Rope It, he does Loser, I believe, but he's changing into the cowboy jacket. So day one when he did that, we were all screaming. And he turned around. He was smiling at us and smirking. And he said to the mic, like, why are you guys like freaking out? I'm just changing clothes. Like, calm down. I'm just putting on a jacket.
And then he couldn't get the jacket on.
Yeah, it got stuck. I think his in-ear, like the string got stuck. So he was struggling and we just saw arms because, of course, the cameraman be on our side. He's just focusing on his arm. Yeah. And he's like, why are you guys screaming so much? I'm just changing jackets.
And he couldn't get it on.
You know why, Jen?
I was like, you can perform without the jacket. I'd be totally down for that.
Well, listen, day 2 got lucky. But I will say what was funny after he asked that question, we started barking. He's like, why are you guys freaking out and screaming? I'm just changing jackets. You just hear whoop, 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 whoop. It's like,
we're like, fine, we'll scream, we'll bark at you.
Exactly.
But he loves it.
Why?
He loves it, though. Like, but it's just funny, though. That was my other favorite thing. It's just like how he just changes now. He used to like go back behind the stage and like change, and he would come out in the jacket and then just grab the hat. But now he just changes in front of everyone.
I mean, again, it's just, you know, the jacket. So it's not, it's completely different. Like if he had to completely change into a whole nother set, you know, then that makes sense going behind stage. I mean, even then.
Some of their outfits, though, they didn't have shirt and they would take jackets off like JK. Imagine if JK just would have changed after Black Swan and all that. And when he was unbuttoning his jacket, how people were just him just stripping and just putting a shirt on the stage.
And I mean, he kind of started it because in Permission to Dance LA, there's videos showing and circulating where I think day 1, because I was there and I was a little bit higher up so I could see him, like when they turned around to go backstage after they did Fake Love, he removed his shirt. And then the second day from that, I know they saw the viral clip. They all started doing it.
Yep.
But no, Hobie just took it to the next level, though. I will never forget.
Yeah, and we didn't get to see that. So
he took that to the next. Like I said, the standards have been changed now in so many ways. Like Jin, like just changing, he still had a shirt underneath. Like if Hobie were to change, he had nothing underneath. Like,
but I will say, y'all better thank Tampa because it started in Tampa. Listen, like how we took credit for Hobie wearing the glasses in Oakland, I'm going to take credit for this because day 2, we got a surprise because the way we were freaking out of him changing clothes and seeing his arms. Guess what happened when he was performing the last few songs before the encore with the guns all out, biceps and everything, and a very black, tight, you're welcome. You're welcome, Newark. You are welcome, London. Because if it wasn't for Tampa, would he have the courage to do that? I don't know.
Build him up.
I'm taking credit for that.
You build up that man, okay? What we're saying.
Sass.
We were the fluffers, okay?
We were the testers.
Okay. It's well deserved.
And we freaked out. It is.
As he should.
Because like I said, if we weren't giving him the hype and and screaming, because also too on TikTok and like other social medias, he does this little thing called background for each city. He did not start showing like little workouts for the background until Tampa. Most of them were asking him like this or that questions. And in the background he did for Tampa, it showed him backstage working out.
He looks so good. He looks
So again,
good.
guys,
either
you're
way,
welcome.
yeah, you guys gave him that confidence that he needed, which is mostly what it was.
Yeah, I would hype that man forever. I love that man. Like I said, he's my record for a reason. I literally love him. I will scream for him forever.
Now, speaking on that, like, what is a funny moment that lives rent free in your mind that you still think about?
I think I pretty much already talked about it. It was when we got scolded for cheating. That still lives rent free in my mind, and me screaming back like, we learned this from you.
I have one.
Oh God.
It's when he said, "Army, you ate." When he learned
yes,
the phrase, "you ate." He's like, "I learned something today." And then he was like, "Army, you ate." And then he kept saying it like it was his proudest moment. And I literally died. I was just like, this man has learned this from his band members. They have, we decided it had to be Hobie.
We decided it had to be Hobie.
Because he seems to be in with the lingo now. JK used to be, but I really think this was definitely coming from Hobie because he would say slay. He was sassy. He was definitely getting some things. But no, when he said "Army, you ate," when we were like getting like the charades right, I was dying. It was like one of my favorite things because out of all the members, you would never think Jin would say something like that. And it just took me off guard. And I still think about it. I still think, and I see clips of it, and it still makes me laugh so hard because he was so proud of himself. He was just like, "I did that." Everybody's cheering because I did something good. It was so cute. I will never forget it. It was just so funny.
Now, like, is there a favorite moment from the entire concert?
I don't know if I think me and Gina may share the same moment.
Is it the Spring Day moment?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And it was more sentimental day 2 also because we did try to do it day 1, but I think it got confused. But day 2, we kept singing like, I'm not going to sing it right now, but like the continuation of like the harmonies. And I think both times too, you can see Jin getting very emotional. So not even just the whole BTS melody, which at first I remember we didn't know what he was going to do, like which songs. I love everyone hyping him up during Butter when he did Butter in the dance. It's so cute. But it was just something about when he performed Spring Day. I'm pretty sure everybody got a little emotional. So
yeah, and it starts like around Tay's part because they play and he doesn't sing during the members' parts. He only sings where he comes in. And we would take on the members' parts, like we would do Tay's part. And there was just something about the fact that everybody in that arena could sing the Korean part. Like you could hear it so clear. Like we may not know the Korean for other songs very well, but that song is like cemented in your brain. Like it's something that like I swear you can locate no matter what time you hear that song, you know how to sing it. And there was a time when we were singing it day 1 that I saw him just like pause, like he stopped singing and you could see that he was like trying to swallow like the emotion because it was so intense because it was like literally that's all you could hear were the words being sung clearly. Like and it was a moment where we felt like OT7. As weird as that it was like an OT7 moment. Like even if all of them weren't there on that stage, they were in that moment. And even though Microcosmos was played and all of those songs, it was Spring Day. And that's why I'm always going to say she's that bitch. Like she comes in and you feel that emotion immediately. And I was really tearing up hard because it was just so meaningful. And it made you feel like it's going to be okay. Like we're back now. It's going to be fine. But they could never take it out of the set list. That is just impossible for them because I think, again, like it was just Jin. And yet we picked up the slack. Like it was all of them. And it was just so special. And I know even Shay said she was like crying her eyes out.
Yeah.
Like feeling overwhelmed because it was so powerful. That medley in general is such a fun time because he really does start out with Dynamite and Butter, and it's that fun moment. But then it gets to Microcosmos, it's Spring Day, and once you hit Spring Day, it's over for you. Like, but no, that was my favorite. It's something that will, and I think it's something that he should be proud of because he was able to bring us that. Like, that's something he could bring that was different from the others. Because yes, in the other solos, we had medley. Like Yoongi did the ciphers and he did those songs. And Hobie did more dance oriented with Airplane Part 2 and all of those that fit for him. But Jin knew that he was a vocal person. Like, he was vocals. He's a ballads person. He knows that's where he shines. He could have done Dimple. He could have brought in vocal line that way and all of that. But he chose Spring Day. And I think it shows, like, again, how these men are connected and how he feels the most safe. And that song must be a song that makes him feel safe. And he brought us into that. And I think that's just beautiful. Like, it really was meaningful. Something I'll hold on to. Even if I see, more OT7 sing it, I think I'll always come back to that moment because it was a really powerful moment of, okay, like the next time that I probably see this, it will be with OT7.
Mm-hmm.
But they were there with us even when, they were in LA or whatever.
It's almost like a full circle moment.
It really was.
Oh, that's good. What fun outfit did Jin wear for your show? And then do you have a favorite?
I was super ecstatic. I'm not going to lie. During one of the Super Tuna costumes, day 2, he had like a golden hanbok on. So that was very pretty. I wanted that outfit so badly. So, and it was number 1. And then like, because even I think day 1, too, like, how he asks us like, okay, which outfit do you guys actually want to see me in? I was fighting for the hanbok. I'm like, you're going to hear me. Costume number 1.
I was
okay.
jealous. I won't lie. Because the hanbok is so pretty too. It's such a pretty,
yeah.
I don't even know if I have a favorite outfit. I honestly, this may sound weird, but I actually like when he comes out in his own merch. I know that sounds weird, but like, I love the fact that he is seriously so comfortable. Because even when he was in Seoul, he wore the t-shirt with his face on it, and it's so obnoxious. Like, I just love the fact that he can put on his own merch and wear, like, I know all the members do it obviously for their tour, but to me, he is the most convincing in it. Like, he's the most comfortable in it. And it's like not just an outfit to him. Like, he's like, I would wear this even if I was home. Like, he loves himself that much. He would wear his own shit. Like, and it's just so him.
And then you can take, for example, when BTS went live, he had his shirt with his face on.
Yeah.
He was wearing it during that live. So, like, yes.
I just love that he wears his own merch, and he wears it so proudly. And it's like an everyday occurrence. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if he goes to the grocery store with his own face on. Like, he's just walking in jeans and like his Nikes or whatever. And literally he shows up at the grocery store, mask on, headphones on, listening to something as he's grocery shopping with his face. Like, it's him in plain sight, but nobody really knows.
I would not be surprised at all if I saw that.
That's literally how I see him.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I love about him.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, too bad y'all didn't go day 2 because Emma had bought the Wuto headband and he wore it on day 2.
Loves that.
I'm sure she would have been excited. Like, oh, we're matching.
She would. That's the only thing she wanted was that little Wuto headband.
Yeah.
Like, she loves it so much.
Oh, that's cute. That's good. But that would have been nice if you guys would have went on day 2 then.
Yeah.
How long were you guys in Florida for?
We were there till Monday. We left really early on Monday morning.
Okay.
But we didn't get day 2 because we kind of like all wanted to like have one last family day before we left.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if the family wanted to go to day 2, I was fully prepared to get nosebleed.
Yeah.
Ethan's a sensory kid, so it's loud sounds and stuff aren't his favorite thing, and he doesn't like all the people. Like, crowds make him nervous. So we weren't going to push him. Paul really, At the end of the day, Paul is still really jealous that we got to go. Jin is his bias.
I was gonna say, isn't it his bias?
And he actually is still sad that he did not get to see Jin on tour because he, out of all the solo tours, that was the one that he probably would have gone and like enjoyed every second. He loves Jin. Like Jin is his man. So I am sad, but I do tell him that just means when OT7 comes back, he'll have to come and see Jin that way because that's his man. He loves Jin, which makes a lot of sense though. Like if you know Paul, he is very much, you can see how he's a Jin bias. He exudes good human, funny human energy, like dad jokes and stuff are his vibe. Like
I can totally vouch for that with me and Paul and everything.
Too.
Yeah, I can
exactly.
The both of you met him and hung out with him, so he's very much a Jin dude.
He's a great guy. How was it getting out of the venue after the concert? Obviously, we talked a little bit of how it was getting in.
Good. Honestly, it really wasn't that bad.
Parking place at first.
Aside from that, yeah.
It was actually pretty easy. Like they were very on top of it. Everything was marked, and they had staff like ushering people out. Other than people like. And even on day 1, too, like we stopped to see a friend of mine. A friend of mine from Georgia had driven down day of and drove back like the next morning. So she was only there for like 24 hours, even less than that. But we even stopped to see a friend and we got out super quick after that. We literally just went with the crowd and we were outside in no time. But definitely parking where we parked was helpful because there were people that were like walking further down the street to get to their parking spots. And we didn't have to do that. We literally like were able to like go around the corner, which it was the best choice we made. If we had parked in one of those like bigger lots, it would have taken forever to get out because literally we were on the outskirts of people getting out. So we didn't even have to wait for traffic to get out. Like we just pulled out into the main street and we had a straight shot.
Because imagine if we parked in those parking lots we saw beforehand, because it was kind of a walk too. And even when we were waiting in the wrong line for the wrong place to get my car back, Gina like immediately just took her shoes off, which is why I wore sneakers. I was debating wearing my boots I wore to ATs to also match the cowboy theme, but I really had to think about it. And I was like, nah, I can't.
My feet didn't even hurt until after we were done. I think that's when I was just standing in one place and relaxing a little bit. That's when my feet started hurt. I literally unzipped my boots and stood in my socks in the street. I didn't care.
I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people that do that. So
yeah, I'm sure. But even like for day 2 for me, because I also saw my friends like Zaria and Precious, they came on their own, drove down to Tampa. From where they live. So I met them beforehand because since I was in early, I did buy Zaria her merch and gave it to her. That way she didn't have to wait in the merch line. And in case there's anything she wanted, like it didn't get sold out. And also I stayed a little bit afterwards because, like I said, I had taken a picture. Well, they were in line. I did the thing I usually don't like people doing. But like when I saw they were in line waiting to take a picture with the Wuto, I kind of came up to them and started talking like, hey, guys, what's up? But listen, I know them. It's fine. So I took a picture of that. But then, too, I was thinking, even leaving, the one thing I also really appreciate Tampa for doing, I know they're ready to get people out, but they weren't rushing people to get out like they did in Oakland. And I also feel like that helped with like the experience of feeling comfortable. Because when we were talking like Gita's fan, I feel like I did see workers come by, but none of them came up to us like, okay, y'all got to get out the building. Like y'all need to go home. Like, and even we were leaving, the staff and them were like, saying good night and all that. And like, thanks for coming. Nice. So yeah, I think that also really helped too. I didn't feel rushed to leave. So plus too, especially since they allowed people that didn't take a picture with the thing before the concert to take pictures afterwards says a lot too. So yeah, they at least like waited until the line.
I didn't mention this. They referred to us as Army. They didn't say you girls or whatever. They're like, Army, you need to go over here. They referred to all of us as Army. So it was really cute to see their staff just know the fandom name and just like point to where we needed to go. I thought that was so sweet because you don't hear that a lot.
Damn well they had a meeting beforehand.
No.
Like, by the way, while you're referencing them, call them Army. They will respond to that, and we will.
And we did. Like, they were like, Army, you need to be over here. And then we're like, okay. And then we went over there. I'm like, you don't know our names, but Army is our name. So we all listened. Like, they had signs that said Army here or whatever. Like, it was really cute. Like, they did probably have a huge meeting and say, this is a very important person, but all of their fans are very important people too.
Yeah.
So it was actually really sweet.
You know damn well someone from that venue, someone in that staff is Army.
Probably.
Like, there's no way. They had to.
Yeah. Like, the way that we were treated, someone has to be a fan in the, like, crew.
Yeah.
Literally,
I will never stop
part of
praising
the world of K-pop. Either
Yeah, I will never stop praising that arena. Like, I feel like out of all the concerts, and Kia Center too, even for ATs, like, I gotta give them props. They were also very nice, very welcoming, helping people out, like, go where they needed to go. So again, that's why I say Florida hospitality. But it's like they did help enhance the experience. Because sometimes you can have a good concert experience and a horrible, like, in-between experience with, like, fans, with the staff and all that. So the fact that everyone was so nice, from, like, fans themselves giving out freebies, helping each other out. One girl in the 100 section, when she went to go get merch, she's like, I'm gonna just leave my stuff here. I trust y'all. Y'all are Army. So the fact that she even did that, and it was just like, overall, it helped enhance a really good experience.
I will never stop. It was such a good time.
Now, on stops, if you could go to any other stop, which would it be and why?
I mean, seeing clips, I would like to have gone to London. Listen, I feel like they showed out. Jin got a different outfit instead of his normal game host, like, sparkly outfit at the beginning. Gucci gave him more like a Letterman jacket and some jeans, which was really cool. And it seemed like they had a really fun time with, like, the games and everything, and, like, their fan projects were successful. So if I had to pick another stop, I would pick London. I don't know how Amsterdam's going to do because we're recording before the concert starts. But, like, just personally, I truly don't think I would have gone to any other stop besides Tampa. And that was just a special place for me. Again, it's in my home state. So just having someone I really enjoyed come here was a bonus. And two, I was telling Gina in the car, and I think I put it in the Discord servers, I didn't realize that weekend was so special for me because Tampa actually is the birthplace that I got into BTS. When me and Macy were really into anime, we did go to that convention center and went to whatever anime convention was happening at the time back in 2018. And she was in a BTS that time. So we had a horrible time when it came to the convention as far as, like, getting there. We missed some of the convention. We had problems with the hotel. So the convention itself wasn't the best, but anytime we were driving or in the hotel room, she was introducing me to BTS. So, like, the fact that, like, literally 7 years later in that same area, I'm seeing a BTS member was, like, weirdly very sentimental to me, that, like, I could have never predict 7 years later when she was showing me songs. I'm like, okay, that's cute. Like, I'll learn their names for you in case you ever talk to me about them, so I know who you're talking about. Not realizing I would suppress her or surpass her in the standing and be where I am now. But I mean, obviously, I'm thankful for it because I met you, awesome ladies, and other people as well. So I wouldn't really want to go to any other stops just because Tampa held so much, like, sentimental values for me personally. So
yeah, I mean, definitely would have been London, but I always say that for an OT7 tour, I would love to go to Wembley. So I feel like London has always been on my radar. So probably London, obviously. But I do feel like everything happens for a reason. So he was going to be in Newark. That was, like, his last real stop in the US. But I'm glad it worked out the way it did and that the timing wasn't right, because I got to go with someone. Like, I got to go with Simone, and Emma got to meet more of my friends because that was important to her. She always likes to meet my friends. But I do think it was, like, more meaningful to me. And I'm glad I went to this stop because, like I said, the energy made it so much better. Like that, there's no predicting what a crowd will feel like until you're there. But being there and even before the concert, just knowing that the energy was feeling so positive really cemented the fact that I was supposed to be there. Like, and so I definitely like I'm thankful that I got to go to Tampa and have time with friends and that I wouldn't normally have. And like it was just a bonus that we ran into other friends while we were there that
yeah, surprisingly, we ran into a lot more people we knew even out of state than we realized we were going to.
many.
I was like, everyone decided to come to Tampa. Oh my God.
It was so funny to see all the people that were just came who said, oh, it finally worked out. I was able to come. And it was just so cool to see people I hadn't seen. And it felt like it was just good vibes all around. Like I wouldn't trade it. Like it just was how it was supposed to be.
Yeah, everyone was so cool there. So I truly enjoy Tampa. And also I have to shout out Tampa too, because we definitely scared Jin into trying his best to find the worst singer because Tampa had all the good singers. Okay. I didn't mention this earlier because this was one of my favorite parts when he was going up to people to sing the Moon intro. And just the way this man was purely shocked by how good everyone sung it. And he blamed us for practicing, but I'm like, no, Jin, I think that there's just good singers in the crowd.
Even the guy he went up to, he thought for sure, because he went up to the guy because the guy had a ginormous photo card strapped to him.
Yeah.
Like the photo card.
He stood in front of us in line for the merch too. I remember seeing him. Yeah.
And because Emma even pointed out his giant photo card. And literally that man could sing. I was shook. I was like, he has vibrato going. And Jin did. He tried his hardest to find the worst singer. And it just didn't happen.
He went to like 4 different people. He kept saying, okay, one more. I gotta find a bad singer. And he just could not. So that's why in the other stops, he was like kept saying, I want to find someone that didn't practice. But again, I was like, okay, Jin, you don't know if these people actually practice or if they're good singers. And it was cute. On the second day, he did go up to a little girl and she sung. And he was like, this girl may have a future like as a singer. It was so adorable. But even day 1, too, he went up to a girl and like she sung, but she was nervous. You could tell. And like he gave her another chance because he's like, I can tell you're super nervous. Do you want to sing again? Because I can tell you're actually a good singer. So again, shout out to everyone that was in barricade for Tampa. Y'all showed out. Y'all showed your vocals. We got some talent down here.
Well, I'm glad. And it's nice seeing all the clips too. And obviously, hopefully the next, is it 2 more shows, 2 more stops?
Yeah, Amsterdam. So I think today and tomorrow.
Yeah, today and tomorrow.
So hopefully, all the armies have fun. Obviously, by the time this comes out, it's, that would be already the end of it. But hopefully they have a good time and he gets to have a good time and have like a good way of ending it.
I think it's a unique place to end it, honestly.
It is. I'm so used to it being like LA.
Yeah.
Or like LA being like the last stop. Mm-hmm. So it's very interesting how they're ending it.
Also, I wonder how many people are going to get some special snacks before they go. Because in Amsterdam, you're allowed to garden.
Oh my God, it took me a minute to realize what the hell you're talking about.
Wow.
So I wonder how many are going to go and get some special snacks and have a few before they go see Jin. I bet you it would be better in a way. You'd be more happy.
Depending on how it hits you.
It's true. It always makes me more happy. So I get all giggly. So it would probably be real fun.
When you first started talking, I thought you were talking about Jin ramen. It took me a minute to realize what the hell you were talking about. Because there were 2 stops. They got free Jin ramen. It was Dallas.
I was jealous of that though too. But no, they have legal things in Amsterdam that they don't in other places. So
yes, I know what you're talking about now. The crowd can enjoy. Jin can enjoy.
No, that'd be bad. But crowd can.
That would still be funny though to ever see. We never will.
We'll never see it.
It'd be very funny.
But it would be hilarious.
Okay. Just for science.
For science.
Just for science.
Listen.
But all right. Well, that ends up the questions for the tour. I'm glad you guys were able to have fun. I'm glad you guys were able to go together, that Emma was able to go.
She had the best time.
Which actually, would you consider taking the kids to OT7? Well, I know.
I would if they really were curious and wanted to go. I know Emma already has in her mind
To go.
that she's going to a stop.
Mm-hmm.
Which she will be older. I mean, she'll be 12.
Yeah.
So she will be much older. And she was able to handle herself. That's the one thing I will say. She was able to handle herself. She had a good time. She had earplugs of her own to protect her ears. She had a great time. She still talks about it. So I know she's old enough. Would I say younger kids? No. If I had younger kids, no. Yeah. But because they're older, almost full teenagers, 100%. Like if they wanted to go, I would take them. But Ethan has no real drive to go. Yeah. Emma would though. Like I know she would. And I know Paul would. Like, man, Paul would go.
Well, Paul he's already a guarantee.
Yeah, he deserves to go to an OT7 stop. So
because Paul went with me both stops when in PTD Las Vegas. That was his first exposure to K-pop and BTS. And he was like, okay, I understand. He just likes the vibe of going. He said that like watching the people and seeing the fans is also one of his favorite parts because he says it's like very freeing. Like people definitely come as comfortable as they are. Mm-hmm. And he loves that part. But no, I think for the kids, Emma would definitely go again though. I would only have to tell her where she needs to go and she would go.
Well, who knows? Maybe on that one, obviously the one that she ends up going, your husband gets to go on it too.
True.
And then they get to sit together because I know you're probably going to try Barricade.
Listen, if I get that.
I know this already. Like, I know.
I'm there. Listen, if I get Barricade, I'm there. I'm going to be wild, okay? I will dye my hair pink again just to have them look at me. I don't even care. They can see me become unhinged. It's fine.
I don't even know if I
love
would.
The color, though.
I don't know how I would act for Barricade. Like, because I always say that. And I feel like when I was talking about BTS a while ago, I was just like, I don't know. I don't know how I would act as far as like, would I really wild out? Would I be too shy? I would try my best maybe to like not have my phone just to be in the moment. But then again, I have the memory of a goldfish. So it's like, I got to fight my urge to want to record like that. And it's just.
See, and I don't
fear being perceived. Yeah, you don't. So.
They would see me. They would see me absolutely all in my face. They would be able to identify me in a lineup. I'd be shaking it.
I think I would record like certain clips, but like when they're interacting, like with the with Army and everything like that, my phone would be put away because that's kind of like what I was doing for when I went to see Hosier and ATs. I don't have as much like film and photos like I've done on previous like.
I feel like
concerts.
If you don't have your phone and you're interacting with them, they will come to you. I think actually
definitely.
Look for
they prefer that.
Who don't, because I know Jin did. Because Jin definitely. That's yeah.
As much as most people enjoy that, I'm like, that's low key my fear.
Oh, see, I want them. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not like give me a YN moment. But like, I am one of those people who I welcome them in my space. Like, they are more than welcome to come into my space. I will not like obviously grope them because that's weird, like weird activity. But like, no, I would welcome it. I'd be wild. I can't hide the weirdo that I am. Like, as much as I say I want to hide, I don't. Like,
I would love to see them have the interaction with oh my god, what stop was it that Hobie had
with that Army when they pointed at each other?
Yes I would love for them to have that interaction. I know that's with Army.
Was that also like, in Texas?
OT7. I think so.
It was. They had I remember that's one of my favorite interactions because he and that girl kept looking at each other and pointing and it cracked my shit up. I was like, same vibes.
Yep.
Same vibes. No, I want stuff like that. It's also, I think it was London with the girl with the confetti and gin. Like she had saved confetti and threw it up when he walked by, and he turned around and grinned and like picked up some confetti and threw it at her. Like that's the shit I want. Like I want that 10 seconds. Okay. I want them to be like, yeah, you cool. I see you.
But just don't put the microphone in my face because I probably will forget.
That. I don't need that. I don't need that.
I'll take any other interaction except for the singing. Exactly.
Yeah, do all the other fun stuff with you. You put that mic in my face, so I'm going to be like, nope, next person.
Be like, I will push whoever's next to me in front of me like, you got this, girl. Go ahead and sing it.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be like, you got this. Yep.
Like,
so other than that.
Don't make me sing, but like I'll definitely interact with you though. Like I'll give you slick high fives and stuff. Yeah, I'm down. But don't
poor Nay, because we're planning for it to be us four for old T7. Poor Nay. Nay's gonna have to sing. Sorry, Nay. We're pushing that mic towards you.
Hey, babe. It's like that video.
You'll just have each one of us like,
no, bro. If she listens to this and she texts us being like, "I sure as hell will not. You will not do that to me."
It's like the OT.
No one tell her. I want to see if she listens to this and like text us and be like, "No."
When they're doing interviews, they all push the mic to the next person. That's us. We're just gonna be like, "Nope, keep going." We'll take the mic and we'll just pass it.
Oh yes, there was that one time. Where was it? I can't remember what interview they were doing, but I think they were trying to pass the mic, and then Jin had it, and Jin gave it to JK, and JK's like, "Damn, that's for my Hyung. He's playing his Hyung card." Like that's.
I couldn't even tell you what interview because they do that all the time.
Not today. Not today.
I know. No. It's so funny. Yeah. That's going to be us.
I don't even know how to dance, but if they were like making me dance, I would do that over singing. I would
I don't know if you've ever seen that black guy on TikTok who does the white girl dance to Kesha. You can do that. I will white girl dance with BTS all day long. Just don't make me sing. Oh, okay.
I don't even care if it's in front of a Hobie and he judges me. I am not singing. I will dance.
Well, do you want Hobie to dance you or judge you from your dancing, or do you want Jin to judge you from your singing?
I'd rather have Hobie judge me for my dancing.
I don't want Hobie to judge me because it's harsh in his head. He won't say it, but I know it's harsh, and I would cry just knowing.
But I think like it wouldn't be as harsh because he's all like, okay, this is Army having fun. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it would be versus Jin. I can't
take seriously like that because I know low key, even if I was a bad singer, he would still like support me. Low key, my own bias wouldn't support me. He'd be like, you need a different job. Like, don't.
God. Well, you're not a professional, so it's not going to be like in Jack in the Box with like Hobie Palooza. He's not going to judge you like that.
He would make me cry. He would make me cry because I am an Aquarius as well.
But what if he dances along with you?
Oh, well, that's fine.
Okay, that's why I said white girl dance. I said y'all can hold hands and white girl dance together.
Like if he's teaching me shit and then expects me to, no, honey.
I don't think, no.
Like, I could never take dance class with my own bias. Like, that shit scares me. He scares me.
I don't think anyone from the Army would want to take dance classes with Hobie.
Somebody might.
Didn't he do for Sweet Dreams? He had that fan meet, and some armies did come and dance with him.
He did.
In Korea,
I couldn't do it.
It should be on his TikTok, if I remember correctly.
Never could be me. Never could be me.
But I'm talking about like him doing like a full-on like teaching class. Like he's teaching the choreo and everything
give us grace.
Yeah. Like I don't think
I love him.
I know that there's some really good dancers in Army. So I'm pretty sure there is going to be someone that's like, oh, totally sign me up for that class.
No,
but because we already know how he like judges and how he like you messed up. Like, no.
I have a question. This is a random question for the end here, since we're at the end. What do you think, like if you were on Run BTS, what kind of challenge do you think you would do well with a member with? Like if you were on a team and you got a certain challenge, what challenge do you think you could actually do well?
my
So do you want us to pick the member we would want to do a challenge with, or
You
just
could do that
OT7?
too. You can pick it too. Pick the member. But like, what kind of challenge do you think you would actually rock it at and you wouldn't embarrass yourself doing?
I already got mine.
I feel like I embarrass myself either way. I don't know how to answer that.
I do know what I would do.
Well, y'all go first then.
Gina.
Mine would be a cooking challenge. I'm really good. So in the kitchen, me and Jin could wrap it up. Like, I do think I would even do it with Yoongi. Like, I'm very confident in my abilities to cook and be a sous chef even. I take orders really well. Like, but like, I also feel like really confident in the kitchen. So any cooking challenge, even if it was cooking like Korean food, I would be down. Like, I could do it. Like, I feel pretty confident in my ability. So cooking, I would ace that.
It would be with JK, and it would be like the sports. Like, me and JK, when it comes to competitive of like the sports and everything, yeah, we'd be on about the same level. Like, it'd be fun. Especially like if it was, because obviously there's only 7, so you can't pair them up with 2. But if you are the 8th person that's part of the run episode, I would team up with JK.
Listen, I can see.
Mm-hmm.
One Simi, you know,
I think my insecurities are kicking in because I really have no answer. I don't know what I would be good at. Can't really do anything physical as of right now due to my health condition, and then some games they play are in Korean. So if I don't know Korean, like the culture like that, I don't know what I could do.
You could.
I think you would be good at what is the name of the freaking game? Like drawing pictures and stuff like that.
When they have to draw shit and they have to guess it.
Yes. You would be really good at that.
Honestly,
okay.
you would
be really good at that.
Because sometimes they're like, what the hell are you drawing to people?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Simi would literally do it. She could actually draw the shit. Like, they're just drawing like stick figures and then weird ass blobs. No, Simi would be like, I got this. And I
would either want to team up with JK or Jimin with that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you guys would be awesome at that. Oh, man. You and JK would be unstoppable with the drawing. You would be able to get each other's shit, like, because you're both really good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like you would be good, too, like, if they did, like, any type of, like, history game. Like, on remembering stuff and everything, I think you and Namjoon would do really good with that.
That's just because I remember random facts for some odd
that's why
reason.
I'm saying
you're good, because I can't.
You would be good with that, and you'd be like teamed up with Namjoon.
I just think I think we're better at stuff than we think we are.
Mm-hmm.
But like, we have talents, because you have to have random talents to be on Run BTS too, because they do some random shit. Like, you expect the unexpected when you're on Run BTS. So any skill, no matter how small, it's like opening potato chips with your feet. Okay, listen, that can have that skill and still be good to go on Run BTS.
I've actually gotten pretty good because of my flare-ups, picking things up with my feet.
See, you never know when you're going to need that skill, legit.
So
it can come in handy. Listen, and they all cheat. At the end of the day, they all cheat one way or another, okay? Yeah. So just cheat your way through.
Yeah, exactly.
We've learned from the best.
And that's why I'm so curious of when OT7 Run BTS comes back, like what that's going to look like.
I'm so excited.
Especially with Jin.
The ones that are like working out a lot now are going to be so confident in their physical abilities. Like, Tae and them are going to be like, I'm so strong now. I can just do this.
Tae's just going to try to bulldozer everybody he can.
Yep. We know.
I can't believe out of all the members, he's like the biggest. I'm pretty sure he's the biggest. It's between him and JK, but I think Tae took the cake.
I think Tae.
He took that seriously.
His neck alone. His neck was giant at one point. Tae was like beefy boy. He's still beefy boy, but he really was a big, big man.
Thank you, Gina, for coming on to talk about Jin. I had such a fun weekend. Honestly, aside from going to California, like to hang out with you with Nate, Tampa was definitely one of my favorite weekends just throughout the year. So I can't really compare the two or say which one's my favorite. They're both awesome. Glad I got to meet your family. We had a fun time.
We did.
And thanks for coming to talk about it too on the show. I'm blanking.
And then completely blank out. But yes, thank you so much for giving us some of your time and talking about it.
I love coming. I love coming on.
Obviously. And now it was a really good perspective too of getting Emma's point of view a little bit of like how she enjoyed it and as a parent and everything like that, because there are kids that do come to.
Yeah, I definitely think there would be members that I wouldn't have taken her to. Like Hobie would not have been a show that I would have taken her to. I think Jin was the perfect show. But I think OT7 will be fun because, like I said, she's older now. I don't think young kids particularly should go just because they are adults now. I think it is though impossible as an army who is a parent too, that their kids aren't also involved in K-pop. Mm-hmm. So I do think it's important that if you do take your kids, that you're just mindful and everything. I do think younger kids may struggle a little bit, but I do think that older kids will like it a lot.
Yeah. And that's some good advice right there. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Anywhere you want to shout out any social media that people can find you, or? You know what? I actually do have something to shout out. I normally don't, but since I'm getting started again, I am trying to put myself out there more. Books Love Gina is my TikTok account, and it's also my Instagram account that I'm using. And I'm going full into book content right now and reviewing books and doing all that fun stuff. So if you want to see that, and I do tie in some K-pop stuff, because I can't do reading without K-pop for some reason. I just have to connect everything to BTS as you do. But that's where you can find me. And if you just even if you don't read and you just want to look at pretty book covers, I got you covered. So
there you go. Everyone give a follow to our lovely Gina.
Yes. I'll make sure to put that in the description box. Again, even though they ain't never going to hear this, thank you, Jin, for just coming and blessing us with your presence in Tampa. I am so glad you enjoyed the crowd. I know everyone in the crowd really enjoyed you coming here. I know you said you can't keep your promise, but the fact that you even verbally said you wanted a champion for Tampa for the whole group to come back really means a lot to us. So we'll see. I know you have your Jin hit powers. Maybe you can finagle your way into making that come true. Okay, I believe in you, Jin. We would love to have the whole group here, and I feel like they would enjoy Tampa or just any place in Florida, even if it's like in Orlando. If I have to suck it up and go to Miami, even though please, either Orlando or Tampa. It's just for my convenience. It's fine. But yes, we are going to go ahead and close it out. So thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. If you went on the Run Seokjin tour, let us know, how your stop was. Was there anything that you enjoyed about the show? Favorite performances, costumes? Did you have any trouble at whatever stop you went to? Let us know the tea. You can follow us on social media at I Was Thinking Pod. You can also email us at iwasthinkingpod@gmail.com. If you're listening on Spotify, you can directly comment on the episode. Let us know how we did on the episode, as well as those questions I just asked. Please give us the highest ratings that you can. We really like to get some more exposure to the show, more listeners. That way in the future, we can probably do some more fun things. And I believe that is everything I usually say, correct? Yes. So I've been your lovely host, Simone. That has been Lala and our lovely guest, Gina. And we will all see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.